Hello, a chaotic start as ever here at Highlight Crafts. Got a fantastic. Blimey. Is that your stomach rumbling then? Oh,
It's the
squeaky
thing.
table.
It's the
Oh
thing.
dear.
It could be my stomach. I mean, and I might have just blamed it on the table. It wouldn't be a surprise, would it? Let's be honest.
It was my turn last week, so. Anyway, this is setting the tone, I'd probably say, for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, get strapped in.
Yeah, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be fun, that is for certain. As you can see, we are literally surrounded. I mean, I feel like we're a bit boxed in here.
I know, there's stuff not only here or behind us or over there. There's stuff behind Amanda. There's stuff.
It's literally everywhere.
Don't spill the beans.
Peek behind the curtain here.
Oh my goodness! Right, everybody, look away. You don't see that stuff. You won't be seeing that later on. Right, okay, she's gone far too far.
Oh dear, you can see it's all there. Whether you were supposed to see it or not, you've seen it now. There you go.
I mean, super slick and tidy, of course.
Of course, yeah. I mean, just look at this side. This side looks fine.
Yeah, so this is the only bit you will see. You're not going to see that again.
No, never again. Right, we've got lots coming up, and we've got 2 hours as well. We're going to be talking all things paint pouring, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah, it's you know what, it's so much fun. It's one of those crafts where you don't need any experience. The paint does it for you, and it's a natural process. We're gonna have so much fun. We've got 2 hours. Makeover Monday isn't always a 2-hour slot. Sometimes it is, but we wanted to give you a 2-hour show where we could really sort of delve in and indulge into the process of this and really have an opportunity for you to get all your questions in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm brand new to this technique myself, so I'll have plenty of questions. I'm super excited about it. Yay. And if you've got lots of questions as well, I know David will definitely know the answer to all those questions. Now, we've got some amazing savings on this show as well, but before we dive into all that, if you are brand new to Highlight Crafts, it's super easy to shop with us, and there's a few different ways as to how you can do that. So first of all, if you're watching over on Facebook or on Instagram, hello Facebook and Instagram.
Hello.
Super easy to shop if you are watching on those platforms, because all you need to do, and as we go along this counter, every single product we show you will have a code. All you need to do into that comments box, exactly the same box that you type hello to us, hello to everyone at home that's watching, you're going to pop the word shop followed by whatever that code might be. Now, for example, you can see on your screen there shop duo. That's what you want to go for. Pop that into that comments box. Then all that will happen is we'll send you a little private message. It'll have a link on it. Just click through on that link, and that link will take you onto our Highlight Crafts website. Now, once you're ready to check out, of course, make sure you're logging into your Club Highlight account first. You can check out your basket, and it's literally as easy as that. Now, if you do want to shop over on the website, if you're watching over on there, of course you can shop on the website as well. Very easy. Just have a little look through the show. You'll see all the items that we've got on today's show. You can peruse the whole website as well. Add as much as you like to your basket and get checked out. It's literally that simple.
So easy.
Love the fact as well you can literally be watching, commenting and shopping at the same time, all on the same screen.
You don't have to go anywhere else. You can just, you don't miss any of the fun then.
Absolutely, yeah. Any of the chaos, any of the calamities.
Yeah, those bits are included.
They certainly are, yes. We make no apologies for that as well.
No, I think it's all part of the fun. And of course, if you've joined us, well, not necessarily from the beginning, but from last week, you'll know that that's how it works.
Yes, it certainly does, and it is an awful lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right, what should we start off with? Do you want to start off with the paints, the bears, the kit?
The thing is, we've got a crazy deal for you on the show, but we'll start with the paints. Okay. I took a while to get around there, didn't I? My goodness, that was like not knowing which exit to take on the roundabout. So with this, we have got these pouring acrylic paints from Cadence, and the reason why we've done this particular set for you, well, Cadence have done this set, is because with pouring paints, there's a million and one brands out there. There's loads of different pouring paints. And some of them are pre-mixed, some of them you have to mix separately.
Okay.
Now, the reason why this is such a great, and I'm going to say the word starter bundle, I don't really like to use that term so much because it kind of makes you feel like you're a beginner instantly, but you don't necessarily have to feel like that. When I say starter bundle, it basically gives you everything that you need, okay? Wow. So Cadence actually formulated this particular pouring paint so that it comes with the acrylic base in there. So you've got your acrylic paint, the pouring effects medium, and silicone oil.
Okay.
Now, all of those three mediums combined together in one bottle means there's no mixing required. Wow. The colours are neat, highly pigmented, and of course they're fully opaque. Okay. So you have got full concentration with this, and you can dispense directly from the bottles or mix into a layered cup system. It's entirely up to you. You'll have seen people doing pours from a bucket. They'll have done it from a cup. They'll have done it from tablespoons. There's so much you can do, but you're going to get inside here 6 bottles, each 120 mils, okay? You're getting tons of paint in here, and they're beautiful, vibrant colours. But not only do you get the paint, you're going to get the silicone oil as well.
Oh, wow, okay. So when it comes to silicone oil, how do we use that?
Okay, so the silicone oil will already be pre-built into these paints, but I'm going to share with you how you can add an additional portion of silicone oil to actually increase the resistance and the cell diffusion that's created within this process. Now, cells are created with acrylic pouring. You can see on the label here as an example, or if you have a look on this canvas here, you can see the cells. And when we say cells, it's all of these miniature little pools of a contrasting colour. And it's where the paint in a series of layers separates and creates all of these little wells everywhere of these different colours. Now, what happens if you add additional portions of silicone oil directly to the project or to the paint? It will increase the intensity of that cell diffusion. So you may get a few cells with this, but if you want more, do like chameleon pours where there's loads of them, then you just up it.
Okay, perfect, fabulous. Now, in terms of the paints themselves, what sort of surfaces can we use them? Lots of different surfaces.
Yeah, loads, like wood, metal, ceramics, resin. You can do it onto the bears. All canvases, you can do it on fabric as well.
Wow.
Canvas fabric you can do it on. Heavyweight fabric is recommended, like a denim or a leather. If you're going to do it on something like a calico or a canvas that's, you know, like a cotton, it may soak through, so you might want to back it first, but you can do it onto fabric and stitch with it.
Wow.
You can pour it directly onto your greaseproof paper, then peel it off and die cut with it. You can cut it on the scan and cut. Honestly, there is loads. There's so many different techniques. I've not really, the only thing, I mean, I've poured onto candles before, just don't light them, and you've got like a beautiful marbled candle. They're great as a decorative finish, but I've not really found anything that I've not been able to pour onto. Glassware as well, loads.
Gosh. So if we were to do it onto fabric, I presume it would be decorative purposes only, not machine wash, not hand wash?
Yeah, I would just say if you're going to have it onto fabric, it's going to make the fabric more rigid and it's going to be harder. So I would say it'd be great. You can still stitch with it, so like a bag or a pouch, something like that would be good, or a mat would work really well. But yeah, I wouldn't hand wash. I wouldn't recommend machine washing it, but you could wipe it clean.
Okay,
that sort of thing.
perfect.
Yeah,
wow, lots you can do with that.
I mean, it's brilliant, and of course, all these colours are intermixable, and they're all water-based as well. So you can mix all your shades together to intensify, decrease, or of course, you know, make your own shades.
Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. So the details will be on your screens there. That shop bundle, if you want to go for that one, that is $39.99 for all of that. All your paints included and your silicone oil as well. Yeah. You can get creative within there.
Oh, I know. And this is the thing. And with pouring, if we have a little look at just some of the projects that we've got here, this is utilising this kit and other bits I've dipped into. You can see with some of the neon colours that we've had from Cadence. But
that's amazing.
I'm going to show you how to do things like this. And this is a chain pull. If you're part of the Cadence Club as well, the new class, the first in the next, well, class number 4 has just been released. And I'm going to be sharing with you techniques in this show in that class, so it's all recapped for you.
Oh, wow.
So you've got that as a backup, and we'll do some more stuff as well. But you can use it directly onto your canvases. You can do completely different pours, whether you want to do big, large-scale ones.
Look at that.
I know, and that would look wonderful in your home. Doing colours that suit your home as well. You can see I've mixed up loads of different things in there. You can still add your metallic paints into here if you want to add a little bit of pizzazz and a bit of mica. But it really just keeps on going. There's so much you can do with it. And you'd be surprised at how far it goes. It goes so far, honestly. You can see how bits of gold have been mixed into these ones.
That's gorgeous. I love that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the sort of thing you'd see in those boutique shops, perhaps like by the coast.
Absolutely.
It gives me almost like the look of the sea, I suppose, with that one, which is gorgeous.
And I think as well, doing it onto glassware, whether you're just going to pop it onto the back of the glass like that, and then when you reveal it, the front facing side, that looks like, it's like Murano glass that you'd find, well, just off of Venice, and it's absolutely stunning.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. There's such variety as well. You can go for something really modern, really quite bold. I mean, how striking is that? That is absolutely incredible. The vibrancy in that, right the way just down to something a little bit more traditional, a bit more muted with these sort of looks here. So it really is a look for every sort of different look and feel that you're going for. Amazing.
Absolutely, but if you wanted to, you can do these little fellows. Now, you may notice amongst the projects, there's some of these little cheeky chaps. You can do them onto your bears as well, and we're going to do some of these during the show. These are so fun to do. They're a bit of a trend at the moment.
They certainly are,
and I'm going to say, they're everywhere. You'll see them in the shops, and some of them are really expensive.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And you can make your own.
Yeah, can I just say, we will show you this in just a moment. I'm sorry, I've started wagging my finger again. I'm doing it all the time. I'm telling you guys at home. I'm usually doing it. I'm telling you to join the club.
Listen to her.
Listen now. The bears, we've got an amazing deal on them. An amazing deal. So if you are looking at them thinking, oh, aren't they cute? I want to make one of them. Well, you can. We've got plenty. We've got 5 of them working out under a £5 each, which is absolutely incredible. There's only one there. They're all sat on the chair.
I know. Bear with me. Sorry.
Oh dear. Here we go. 5 of these. Shop 5. Quite a simple little code there. Shop 5 is going to get you 5 of these. They're about 23 centimetres in height. And they are fabulous. Oh, look at them. 5 bears, okay. Wow.
Now, these all come individually wrapped for you. These are brilliant. Now, we worked with, of course, the company that supplied these, and it was the perfect plastic to actually have a flex on it, so that when your paint is dry on the bears, because they've got that relief to them, they're still squishy, and the paint doesn't crack. So with the Cadence pouring paints, you can see there how it moves, and it will squish and then go back into its shape. But the paint doesn't crack or split, and you can still move them afterwards as well. These are fabulous. Now, you'll see these popping up in all of the high street stores, but they won't look anything like yours, because yours are going to be different. But the fact that you're getting, and this price, may I say, has come down today. This is literally dropped
within like the past hour or so, literally. So this is pretty much hot off the press with this price. Should be, gosh, just shy of £75, but certainly not today. You're saving 50 quid on these. They're so cute.
50 quid.
Love them. 50 quid.
We'd rarely ever get to save £50 saving on something of this size as well. 5 of them means you've got 5 different projects. You can just re-gesso over them if you weren't happy with the result.
Oh, wow, okay.
There's nothing to stop you from doing that. You know, you can still, and you can take them apart if you wanted to. You know, you can take them. I'm not going to do it this one. He's inside his bag at the moment. But you can take them all apart and paint them individually. I could do it with one of these, couldn't I? So, like that. I know it seems a little bit harsh to do, but you can take them all apart if you want to decorate all of the bits and bobs separately.
Okay. Quick, put it back together. I don't like seeing them like that.
Oh, Sid. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not doing a Sid, but they do come apart if you needed to rice paper it, anything like that.
Okay. That's it's all right now. That's
it's
better.
Fine. It's okay.
Right, shop 5, or you can go for duos, but quite frankly, I was gonna start wagging my finger then. I'm gonna have to have my hands tied behind my back at this, right? If you want to go for 2, you can do shop duo. If you want to go for 1, $14.99, or you could pay another tenner and get an extra 4.
Yeah, why would you not? Yeah, oh my goodness, that's crazy.
5 for a bear.
I mean, why would you not?
Less than 5, just under. Absolutely amazing. They are just so super cute. I mean, of course, we're bringing to you all the lovely paint pouring today, but there's nothing stopping you from using your rice papers. I'm thinking, how cool would it look if you've got some lovely metallic paint, just literally painting it in a metallic gold.
Oh, yeah.
Would look absolutely gorgeous, really luxurious. But lots you can do with these, super cute and really fun. I can't wait to see these in action in a little while. Love those.
We will do indeed. I think they're just really fun. They're a really cost-effective craft as well. The grandkids, the children, the younger ones are going to love making their own. They'll get to go, oh, I want to make my own one. I want to pick my own colours, pick the colours, go onto the bear. It's all water-based, it's all non-toxic, it's family-friendly. But this is something for the summer holidays, which I believe are probably just right around the corner.
Gosh, yeah, there must be a week or 2, if that.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's usually towards the end of July, is it not? I don't know. I don't go to school anymore. But yeah, I imagine it's soon, and this will keep them busy.
Tell you what, these would be great for as well. Presents for class teachers.
Ooh,
get the kids to decorate them. Present for a class teacher, whether they take it home, whether they have it stood in the classroom. I think they'd be absolutely perfect for that.
That's such a good idea. Yeah, and there's 5. You've got loads of so many options.
Got plenty. It could be one for the teacher, one for the teaching assistant, one for the dinner lady.
Favourite football team colours.
Oh, yeah.
All that sort of stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to do a pour on it. We've called them fluid art bears because that's the particular technique, but it could be anything. It could be Stephanie's decorative painting you're going to do on there. You might want to rhinestone it like Amanda did, or gild it.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, absolutely anything, but a fabulous price. Definitely time to pick them up now. You could be doing a different technique on all 5. So one could be paint pouring, one be gilding, lots and lots of different options, but now's the time. Shop 5, you can get your 5 for $24.99. Should be just shy of £75. Not today. We've lowered that price literally about an hour ago, and it's the time to pick them up. Love those. Right, before we get into demo, I'm just conscious that we've got a few people saying hello. So
hi, everyone.
See if I can work this tablet today, which is...
oh, it's usually interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, the other day I managed to open up the camera. I stood there, I thought, oh, there's my face. It's not quite what I wanted to say.
I switched the torch the other day and drained all the batteries, so you're doing better than me.
Oh, dear. So, who have we got saying hello? We've got Rhea in, Amanda's in saying hello, Doreen's in, Mrs H999, Jonathan's in, Lorraine's saying hello, Veronica's still watching, Andrea's in, Janice is in, Mish is in. We've got Charlene saying hello. We've got Karen in. Lots of people saying they're loving their bears. Tracy's in. And Oh, Lorraine's saying about going back to school then at school holidays. Heard an advert on the radio the other day for getting things for going back to school. I thought, poor things, they haven't even broken up from school yet.
I always used to do that. I'd go to the supermarket with my mum and it'd be like, back to school, get your pencil cases and rubbers. And I was like, oh no, I've been away yet.
I know.
Not done fun things. Talk about back to school. But yeah, they'd be great while the kids are off.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely they will. Right, next. Should we go to down or should we look at canvas?
Shall we do it?
Should we have a little look at canvas? Should we look at the A3?
I think so, because canvases are really popular and they can be quite pricey. And canvases individually you would usually find in an art shop at an A3 priced on its own, probably anywhere between, I don't know, £5-6.99 as a panel board. These are fabulous. They're all solid hardboard canvases, pre-gessoed for you, so they're good to go because you can start crafting and pouring with them instantly. You can cut them down if you wanted to as well.
Oh, okay.
If you want to, with a really heavy-duty craft knife, you can cut them down to size. I saw a few of you actually making coasters out of them. They look really nice. Now, inside here, you're getting 10 A3 canvases.
So for £24.99?
I know.
£2.50?
I know.
Canvas of that size?
Yes.
Wow.
It's crazy. Honestly, these are brilliant prices. Canvases are something I would always suggest stocking up on as and when we have them. I'm always stocking up on canvases. I use them so much. Yeah. I use them as much as I do paper. Like, I'm constantly, try that, get a canvas. But I re-gesso them, repurpose them. But A3 in size means you can just be that little bit more experimental. Yeah. And go for it.
Definitely, and it's great as well if you're thinking about feature walls for your house. Perhaps you're going to have a nice large paint pouring. This is a nice size, so it's going to really fill a wall and make a real statement.
Yeah, I think it'd look nice to do 3 of them. Like we've got these 3 up here, and do 3 on your wall, maybe in a dining room. You could frame them as well. It's an A3, so you can get picture frames for like a 5 or an A3, like a really basic one, and then you could paint that as well. Yeah,
absolutely fabulous. Great time to stock up. Shop canvas for that 10 of your A3. It's working out. £2.50 each for an A3 canvas, which is amazing.
That's honestly, as a crafter that came from an arty background, buying canvases all the time when I was in college, I know how much they cost, and that is a brilliant price. Yeah, it really is.
So in terms of if we're going to be doing paint pouring onto these, do we need to prime it or are we good to go?
No, you're good to go, absolutely fine. They're all pre-gessoed. We do have gessos on the show because there's some surfaces you're going to want to prime before going on there because they might drink the paint. But these are all pre-gessoed. You don't have to do anything with them. You literally go straight on. If you were to go for a darker, more dramatic effect, you might want to gesso it black first, so that's not overpowering the surface colours. But I would suggest just going straight on with these. And also it means that because they're bright white, if you are going to rice paper them, there's no need to actually lift the backing colour. It's good to go.
Perfect, love that. Shop canvas for 10 of your A3 canvases.
Absolutely.
Should we get pouring?
Should we do it? What do you want to do? Should we do some pouring? Should we do a bear?
Yeah. Come on.
Go on then, let's do it. We're going to come back. Because we've got 2 hours, we've got loads to show you. We may as well just get started, haven't we, really?
Yeah. I'm desperate to see these in action. I'm going to do one of the bears first, I think. Yeah.
We are. Now, this was that acrylic pour that I was talking to you about. So the leftover or bits that you feel like you're not going to use, this stuff is brilliant. Now, you can use this for key rings. You could set it in resin. You could set resin over the top of this. But look at how silky and shiny it is. So if you ever have leftover paint from your pouring and you think, oh, what a waste, don't waste it, keep it, because then you can cut this up. You can put it through your die cutting machine. Even for fine sentiment dies, it works really well with. You can see how it's almost like a self-healing surface. I can push my nail into it and then you can smooth it back out so it works exquisitely. So don't waste any, all right?
Wow, that looks incredible. Let's have a...
It's cool, isn't it?
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a thin cut, it's like a piece of bacon. I can't describe it any other way. Oh, not a piece of bacon, that's the way I probably the word. Piece of leather. Sorry, not a piece of bacon. Piece of leather, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're trying to think of something? I just thought bacon. A thick cut slice. Maybe. But look at how you like proper.
Yeah, it's proper tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I love playing with it. I think it's fab. It's so cool. But that's your acrylic pour bacon slice.
Your piece of bacon. Have you ever had a piece of bacon that looks like this? Because
maybe. I don't know. I haven't. Maybe. No, I have not at all had a piece of bacon like that. Right. Okay. So. The bag that your bear comes in, save this because you can stand the bear on it whilst you're actually working with it. If you want to actually make and sell with something like this, you might want to keep that clean so you can wrap it back up afterwards.
Great idea.
But you can always cut it down the side. I've actually aligned my surface here with another bag because I know what I'm like. So it's always good just to get everything ready. But you could position him in whatever position you want him to be in. You know, you could do lots of them different colours. But let's get going with it. So what we're going to do is we can do, and we'll try and do 2 bears during the show. We'll do one in the first hour, we'll do another one later on. We're going to pour neat from the bottles, and then we're also going to use some pipettes as well, which are going to help us with this process. So the pipettes are going to be for the finer areas, because if we were to pour directly from the top of him, it's just going to start to come down the sides, and it's going to miss these sections here, and you're going to get lots of wastage.
Okay.
So the pipettes are going to pick that up, and we can use that to go back in and infill the areas. One thing that you're going to want to do for this, though, and with every one of these, is pop some gloves on, okay? Pop some gloves on. If you've got the resin kit, you've got tons of gloves in there, or I've got some left over from one of the classes we did. I'm going to pop some of these on, and you're going to thank me later for that one, or thank yourselves for doing it, because you do get it on your hands. And it does come off, but then I go like this.
Oh, no.
And it's like, oh, everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's just one of those things. But as well, if you've done any pouring, get in the comments, let us know.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah, let us know your experience with the pours, and if you have done any of the bears as well, because you don't have to pour on them. It could just be any type of craft. So, colours I'm going to work with. I've got the white here. I've also got the red. I'm going to go with a bit different ones I've not used on the bears.
Oh, okay.
And the blue.
Quick question while you're just shaking, if that's all right. Just on the canvas panels, Charlene says, can you hang the canvas panels without framing? Do they have hooks on the back?
That's a great question, Charlene. They don't have hooks on the back now. You probably could retrofit something onto the back of the canvas board. The way that they come to you is on the back of them. They're literally just in a cellophane wrap, but there's nothing to secure it on here with at the moment, but it's a paper backing, so it would glue to something. Maybe we could put a little hook on something on there. You could use that. They do actually come with these plastic Euro hooks, a lot of them, which are built into the plastic. Now, if yours has one of those on it, you could then hot glue that onto the back, and then you'll use that to hang it up if you wanted to. But if other than that, I would get like a little picture hanging kit. I got one from the supermarket a couple of years ago, and they just have little hooks and stuff in, and you can like push them like pins into things. Something like that would work really well. Great question, though. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with white first, and that's going to allow us to carry other colours quite easily. So we're going to go around and start to pour our first colour on. Okay, so it's going to start to trickle down in different areas. You can sort of like tease the paint to go in and cling to the bear as it goes down. So again, I'm not going to cover the ears just yet, because I'm going to be using the ears quite a bit to actually control where the paint's going. Okay, let's go in with now some of the yellow around here. And I'm kind of just going to use whatever colour we fancy, all right? And start to build up to get us going first. Then a little bit of white in there again to separate those. Mickey Mouse one?
Oh, yeah.
Amber wants to do a Mickey Mouse one. Yeah, do them your favourite characters. Doing your favourite colours from your characters or anything like that. They look really cute. Now I'm liking these colours together.
They're looking good, aren't they? It's so fascinating and so almost like transfixing just to watch that paint drip down. I could watch it for hours.
Oh, me too, honestly. It's one of those things that I just love. So now I'm actually moving the bear slightly. I'm going to put some on his nose. And as soon as you start to get paint in those areas, if you just push it around a little bit, it will start to then carry it over to those areas, and it self-levels, giving you like a wraparound of paint. Now notice how all these beads down here are starting to fill up. So we can go into those and start to just hoover up some of that paint.
Oh, that's clever.
And then you can start to use it out on here on the different areas. Okay, so look at how it's starting to drip down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm now going to tilt him back. I've still kept his ears nice and clean. And we're going to start to work on here. So we're going to put some around here on all of his joints. There we are.
I'm just thinking, could you? So if you gessoed him first, say with black, and then could you do almost like spot pouring, so you didn't pour the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Accents.
Oh, absolutely, you could do. That would look interesting, wouldn't it? Like it's been like dolloped on the
well,
top.
Yeah. Not quite the word I was thinking of, but we've had bacon, we've had dollops.
Dollops of bacon.
Whatever next.
Sorry? Oh yeah, look at his feet on the bottom. See, I didn't see those.
I like that.
How cool is this though? And it's just, honestly, it's fun, it's experimental. You never know exactly the result you're going to get. The paint kind of has a mind of its own, which is a massive, attribute to the paint itself. Like it really does give you that sense of freedom. And I just love playing with it. Like let it fall and tilt it back upside down, let the paint go in a different way, let it wrap around. Can you see how it's starting to now coat the entire bear? Look at that. So, and all of this paint on here, don't waste a single drop of it, okay? You're going to be using that later on. I'm now going to put a little bit of the paint just on his ears, across the top, just like that, and let them drop down. Again, I'm going to use a pipette just to tease some of that paint into the areas. We're going to go on with another colour as well, so don't worry about spreading it around. I'm focusing purely on the front of the bear at the moment because that's what side everyone can see, and then I would switch him round and do the back of the bear. So then I'm going to put a little bit of blue just to this edge here. There we go. Now notice how I'm using these paints neatly from the bottle. This bundle of acrylic paint, as soon as you start working with them, just literally give them a little shake, because that silicone oil will come to the top of the bottle. That's just what oil will always do in any type of paint or medium. It's not an oil that's not safe for your skin, it just feels a little bit greasy. So it's absolutely perfectly fine to work with. Now I'm going to go on here with the yellow this time, so we're just changing up his ears a little bit. And with pouring paints, there's one thing that I find really fascinating, and whenever we've done a class, or in sometimes some of the shows as well, people will always instantly go, oh no, I feel like I'm wasting paint. It's what the craft's designed for. So that's the reason why you've got this consistency in this volume for this amazing price, is because it's designed to drop off in certain areas. We will reduce the wastage massively. You could have poured a whole cup on here and flooded your desk, because I can't bear to think of paint going down the sink. But when we start to see the results here that we're actually getting, it all becomes clear, of course, of what you can do with it. Now, then the lip bits left over there, we can make coasters out of this. I mean, you could start to mop some of it up if you wanted to, and you could start picking elements of it up. It would be better on a glass one, but you can see there how you could then start to pick all of this up just at first glance. Look at all of that now.
That's incredible. All the little drops that you've got on there, they would be lovely. Leave them to dry, just peel them off as almost like your little pearls for your card.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They work nicely. That looks amazing.
But look at that there. And now what you're starting to see happen is cell diffusion. Can you see the cells forming? Now I'm not going to use a blowtorch during this show. I've never said that before, but I'm not going to use a blowtorch during the show because it's not always required. Okay. If you were to use a cooking blowtorch, basically what you'd fire off a meringue with. What they can do is pop up bubbles, but they don't necessarily always increase cell diffusion. You can dry the surface quite quickly. So I actually don't use one anymore unless I'm working with a particular very bubbly mixture. But look here how it's all starting to form those cells just there, and they will gradually start to grow. Now the reason why you're getting cell diffusion happen here is because there's layered paint. So it's starting to separate and cis, which is creating that. Look at that. I mean, that is gorgeous. I love that coaster.
That's amazing,
We're going to sit that one just there. It begins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look around. We're going to spin him. I'll put him on a cake stand at the moment so I can see how he's looking. And I need a bit more red towards the top of the bear. So we're going to start again. Now we've got the full wrap around. We know that paint will carry off in different directions. There we go.
And just going back to people being, worried about using their paints and worried about wasting paint or using too much paint. I always remember many, many years ago hearing somebody say it's a phrase, something like this: there's no product that's worse value than one that you don't use.
That's so true.
Thinking, of course, because we all do it, and I know I'm a shocker for it. We get all these lovely things and we hoard them, and they're too special, they're too precious, and you never end up using them because they're too good to use. And then you think about it, you think, well, there's no point buying them, was there? If I'm not going to use it, what's the point in having it? There's no.
It's like pair of shoes and never wearing them.
Yeah,
I've done it so many times where I've bought stuff, and whether it's craft stuff or not, and I've stored it in the shed or the loft, and I'm like, oh, I know it's up there, get it out, and it's gone damp or something, or it's spoiled, or it's no longer. I'm like, oh, I paid that for it, and then I never even ended up using it. I would definitely say that this is a craft where you're just going to enjoy every minute of what you're doing. So you can see there we've pushed some of that paint around, which is now creating cells over here. So I'm using a little puffer for this. Now we had this in one of our bundles here at Highlight Crafts, but you could literally use a straw and blow it, which we did during the day. The real reason I'm not using a straw and blowing it is because it wouldn't sound very nice on the mic. You would just be able to hear it, and it would sound like you're in gale force winds. So it'd be best not to. But at home, you would hardly hear a thing. But look at that. So now I'm just using this little heat blast, little pump blast just round here, and it's creating this wonderful little marbling. And he just looks super arty, doesn't he?
He really does, yeah.
And look at how, when we push this paint, you're seeing the layers underneath. You see those layers?
Yeah.
And that's what will create cells, because you're creating layers of paint. Now I've got a drip there building up on his nose. So we're going to push that one. So the silicone oil is built into the paint already. Now, the silicone oil here, I wouldn't necessarily add it to him because it's probably going to slide straight off. But the silicone oil is already pre-mixed in the paint. You do get an extra pot of it though in the bundle. And what the silicone oil will do is create additional cells. So where we've got cells starting to form here, you can then create additional ones. So for example, that coaster that we just made there, we're getting cells starting to form, but this one I added more silicone oil to. So you can see where the oils, and we're going to do that during the show as well. I'm going to show you how that happens, okay? So the silicone oil will increase the cell diffusion process, all right? So we're going round, do a little bit more of the little air pumping.
Just going back to what I was saying about leaving things for best and best never comes. Karen has said, when we moved house, I must have thrown away hundreds of pounds worth of paints and glues that have gone off because I didn't use them.
So true.
Use them.
I can't remember the brand actually. A lot of the labels had all worn off. I got a set of paints and I got them from a car boot, and the blue was like my favourite colour blue ever. I loved the paint so much and I would use it as little as possible because I didn't want to waste it. And then I do remember going back to it and it had formed this like rock hard solid, and I thought, oh my goodness, like I always refrained from using it, and then now I can't use it at all.
Too late now.
So what I'm going to do with him is you could slowly, we'll just take him away and sit him on a cleaner area, and that way you're not going to get this big puddle stuck to him, or alternatively leave it to dry for about 12 hours, okay? And the bare will be dry, but this may still be slightly wet. And then you can peel all of that paint off of there. We're gonna let him sit during the show now because he's gonna sit here for an hour and a half while on the table, and he will have changed by the time we then go back to him, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly just pop him over there, and then I'll come and join you, and we can show you everything else we have on the show.
Absolutely.
That sound good?
Sounds fab. Get yourself cleaned up, and I'll come back over to the end of the counter here. So I'm just gonna give you a little recap oh dear, of that fantastic main bundle. So if you want to try paint pouring for the first time, perhaps you want to restock on some of your paints as well, this is the bundle to go for. Now you are getting all 6 of the paints that you can see on the screen there. Lovely mix of colours that you've got in there, and the crucial one, you're getting your white as well, which is fabulous because of course you can be lightening any of these colours, you can be mixing them together to create your own custom colours, and you do also get your silicone oil included as well. Now, like David was telling us and showing us in that demo, when it comes to these paints have already been mixed for you. So literally like David was doing just there, just taking these paints, pouring them directly onto your surface, whether it's going to be onto one of those bears like we've just seen, whether it's going to be onto something like your canvases, your MDF, whatever it might be that you're using these alongside, they are literally good to go, they are ready to go. Just give them a little bit of a shake to distribute all the different elements that we've got within these paints, and you're ready to start pouring with them. Everything is being mixed in there ready, so it's nice and easy, nice and quick, and you can get pouring straight out the bottle. So you're getting all 6 of your different paint colours, and you are getting your silicone oil for $39.99. That full bundle, that full opportunity to be able to try that paint pouring for the first time. I'm sure a lot of you guys at home as well will have all your different surfaces already in your craft stash that you can be using these on, experimenting with perhaps your glass, your ceramic, onto your cardstock, lots and lots of different ways that you can be using these fantastic paints here. $39.99 shop bundle for that one. Now, they're all waiting here for me. They must have been a bit tired after all that early. They're all having a lay down. I will just grab one out here because you are getting a bundle of 5. If you want to go for 5 of these, this is just one of the 5 that you'll be getting. It's shop 5. Nice and easy to remember that one. Shop 5 for $24.99. For 5 of these, you should be paying $74.95, but not today. You're getting all 5 for $24.99. Bearing in mind, one of these on its own, and you can buy one on its own if you want to. I'd say, quite frankly, don't do it. But if you do want just the one, it's shop bare. That's $14.99. So for 5 of them, you're paying for one. To get an extra 4, you're paying a tenner. So an extra £5, even better. So an extra £5 for 4 of them, which is absolutely amazing. So $14.99 for 1, $19.99 for 2, or $24.99 for 5. So you're getting 5 of these. They're a little bit flexible, so they're not really super rigid. So if you want to move their arms, if you want to move their legs, perhaps you can have a row of all 5, and they're all going to be dancing in different poses, and having those in your home decor would look absolutely fabulous. Really easy to work with, as we just saw in that demo. Getting 5 of them, they are about 23 centimetres in height, so a nice size, nice and manageable as well to be working with. Shop 5, $24.99. It should be just under £75 for 5 of those. Now, I'll allow him to have a a little lie down. There you go. Very worn out. And then I'll move on to these fantastic canvas boards. Now, these are our A3 canvas boards. You're getting all 10 of these A3 canvas panels here for £24.99. So it's working out less than £2.50 for one of these. Now, these are all primed and ready to go. If you are wanting to use them with this fantastic paint pouring technique, you are literally good to go. Get your paint on there. No need to prime them, no need to gesso them or anything like that. They are literally good to go. Of course, they're going to work perfectly with this technique, but lots of other things. I mean, we use canvas boards all the time. I know David certainly does. Whether you're going to be using it with things like your rice paper, whether you're going to be doing your paintings onto it, perhaps you follow along with Stephanie's painting classes, you can be doing that onto there, having it on your wall. A fantastic opportunity to stock up. Perhaps you're thinking, oh, I'll stock up, I might not need them today, might not need them tomorrow, but you know at some point in the future you'll definitely be needing your canvas boards, and when they're at this sort of pricing, quite frankly, it's a great time to stock up. And that's shop canvas, £24.99 for 10, making it £2.50 each. Fabulous. Should we show the different sizes now?
Should we do it?
Let's do it. Right. Let's move that out of the way.
So we've got an A4, which again I think is a great size for any crafter to adapt to, because we're typically used to our A4 sizes with all of our printables, our substrates, sketchbook, that kind of thing. And I always think it's wise to always work within the same sort of perimeter of space, so it feels like the same area.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? I think for me as well, like sometimes if you go into a really big space, that's great, but it's good to start up, work your way up.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
A4 in size, again, all pre-gessoed, primed, ready to go for your pouring, all of it sorted. And inside here, you're actually getting 6.
6 for £10.99 with your A4. And A4, like you said, it's probably for most of us, especially in the UK, it's the most familiar size. The ones, if you think, oh, I'll get a piece of paper, it's usually an A4 piece of paper that you're going for. A great, really manageable size, but you can still get lots of detail in there. If you're doing your paint pouring, you still get all those cells forming on that sort of area. So a great one to go for. If you're brand new and you sort of think, oh, A3, I'm not quite sure yet, go for your A4. And when you are ready, you can work up to your A3. And A4 is a great one to go for. 6 of those, £10.99 shop panel for that one.
Absolutely. And then I think this has been a firm favourite with a lot of us. 12 by 12. Your cardstock, all your 12 by 12 sizes. This now means that you could do your stencils 12 by 12 that you're doing your scan and cut, pour through them, do all that sort of stuff. And then you've got this on this scale. And you know what? For box frames, picture frames, that sort of stuff, these would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're traditionally a scrapbooker, that might be the most familiar size to you. I know when we talk about scrapbooking, we tend to talk about our 12 by 12. So if that's what you like to do, if you're a scrapbooker thinking, I might want to try a little bit of paint pouring, that's a great one to go for. And I have to say, I love it in the square size. There's something really quite stylish about the square. So it's nice to have the option if you want to go super size, want to go more familiar cardstock, rectangular size, or you've got the square. So shop square, £22.99 for 10.
For 10.
£2.30. For one of those,
that's a deal.
Amazing.
That is a deal and a half. It really, really is. I love the square ones.
Wow, yeah, absolutely. So we've got of the panel, which is the A4, I do believe, 15% already gone. So if you are wanting to go for the A4, it's proving the most popular at this moment in time. 15% gone. Make sure you check those out. You are getting 6 shop panel for £10.99.
I think as well, if you've gone for your pouring paints, or maybe you already got your pouring paints from Cadence, the first thing you want to add to, of course, your stash or your collection or your range of substrates is a canvas. It's the go-to for pouring. It really, really is. They stay rigid, they're solid, and they're going to provide for you a great finish. Okay, so shall we have a look at, where do you want to go next? Where do you want to go next?
Metallics?
Now these are just a little bit special. These are the Cadence metallic paints in the full bundle, okay? The entire kit.
Oh wow, you get... Oh gosh, it's about half price deal on that shop mega. You can see why we chose that keyword, can't you? It certainly is a mega collection. I thought when I saw these earlier it was one row each, but no, all of them.
There's all 18 colours.
Wow.
This is a fabulous kit. Now these are the biggest variety of range of colour from the Cadence range in metallic sets. Some metallic ranges maybe have only about 12 to 15 colours. This is the broadest range in there. Now these are a really creamy velvety metallic, which gives you a beautiful, beautiful finish. It's all water-based. It's also waterproof.
Oh, wow.
So this one, it's not hybrid in the sense of it's waterproof on fabric, but all of your hard surfaces, so like plant pots, terracotta, porcelain, stone, it's fully weatherproof outside in the garden as it is inside.
Gosh, that is absolutely incredible. To get all these colours as well is amazing. And some absolutely gorgeous, really sort of sophisticated colours.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at that one. That colour there, that plum. If I just take the lid off here and show you inside.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at that colour.
Oh.
It's gorgeous. Now you can mix this with water to create like a mica paint with it if you wanted it to be thinned down. You can, of course, as well mix it with your aqua stone to make a metallic mica varnish. You can do so much with it. Also, as well, if you've got the Cadence pouring effect medium, which stands outside of the pouring range, so basically what that is a pouring paint with no colour, you can mix this in with it and create a metallic paints that pour.
Wow, simple as that. Love that, absolutely fantastic. All of those, $54.99, shop mega if you want to go for every single one of those. 70 mils in each pot as well, and a little does go a long way. With your paints like that, a little does go a long way. Oh, they're stunning, absolutely stunning paints. When we first introduced these, they sold out just before the show was starting. They are crazy. It was the craziest, busiest day like ever. And we managed to get them back in. They've since gone again. They're now back again. I don't know how much we have left. I don't think it's a great deal, but as the bundle stands on its own, it's a great opportunity. And seeing it displayed like that in your craft room is pure therapy. When I look at it and I just see it, I think, oh my goodness, look at them all together. And the quality is exceptional. We know that with Cadence, don't we? We know
100%.
I think as well, having them all out like this, I know for me, especially at home, if I've got all my paints, that's very inspirational. Yeah. You can see all the colours next to each other. You can start to be inspired. I'm sort of thinking, picking out different colour schemes to work with. Perhaps it's going to be for your pouring. Perhaps it's going to be for painting with your stencils. Yeah. It might be seeing all those colours together. You can start to come up with lots of different colour combinations. Absolutely, you can do. So Amanda's just said, what's the favourite row? That's a really hard question. Is it row or individual row? I can't, because it's impossible for me to say. But I think that these sorts of colours together, that's just a dream. I also love this shade here. This is a really unique one, the terracotta. I think the terracotta is a beautiful colour. Wow. And also the beauty of this is that I don't have these in my hybrids. They're all different colours, so it makes a change. It's too tricky. That's a beautiful one. Do you know what, funnily enough, I'd never usually go for a green. I'm usually pinks and purples, but this one's just caught my eye. It's like a mint, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, it's really nice. That is outstanding. But then again, that pink there, if I just grab this, I believe, yes. I'll tell you what would be nice, actually. Those two together. Oh, that's very nice. Isn't that classic? That's really soft and really peaceful colours. Yeah. But you can see the paint. I mean, it is absolutely... Oh my gosh, the sparkle on that. Stunning paint. Is that just the paint? It's not had any sort of so this is the paint. So you can see inside here, it's packed, filled with mica, these paints. But as you stipple with it, you'll bring the mica to the surface. They're just, I mean, the quality is just incredible. But also what I love about these is that when you're painting them with a flat brush, if you're going to go back and forth with the brush, you don't get brush strokes. Oh, wow. It literally disappears and it looks like they've been airbrushed. It's amazing. And it's all in the quality of the pigment, the coverage, the density of the paint, the thickness of it, and also the fact as well that you can use it in many different applications. So I'm popping that back. Amazing. There we go. Or I drop it. Absolutely incredible. So would that be one coat, couple of coats? That's 2 coats. 2 coats. So what I would, so with metallics, there's a few different ways to applicate. If you're going to go on with the brush first, stipple afterwards. If you're going to stipple first, go on with the brush afterwards. So you have 2 different textures meeting one another. That means all of the mica captures the lights in different aspects. Wow, incredible. Shop mega, $54.99 for all of those. Not 1 row, not 2 rows, all of them. Lots to get playing with, which we love. Absolutely. Right, we've got the big bottles. The big bottles of Cadence. These are big bottles, blooming heck. They're half a litre. Oh my God. They're 500 mils. Now you're going to be able to get these in, of course. These are the only 2 colours we have left. One of the most popular ones, though, of course, is the black. But the blue for you is a really soft baby blue. This would, I mean, you could paint a whole set of kitchen cupboards with this. It goes so far. In fact, quite a few of you were purchasing them to do stuff like that with. But again, large surface coverage, 500 mil. Get half a litre. I mean, for a bottle, 70 mil individually, it's around about, I think, $4.99 a bottle. So you're seeing the true value for money because you're getting 500 mil in that one. Goodness, absolutely incredible. Then that colour as well is gorgeous. I mean, you just talked about painting kitchens, but imagine like your country kitchen, that sort of country cottage sort of look and feel. That's a gorgeous colourway. You could do like maybe your patio furniture has seen better days, and you've got a little bistro set, a wooden set, and it's all chipped and peeled, and you think, oh, it's looking a bit old. You could do you could literally water this down and do a wash with it all over it, and it would look like a very sort of chateau style French finish. Or you could do a full neat coverage with it, and it's fully waterproof. So indoor, outdoor, it's fully hybrid. Any surface you want to paint it onto, it will last. Wow, Absolutely incredible. So you're getting the full big bottle there. Shop blue if you want to go for your blue one, funnily enough, that. Shop blue, $23.99, or, we've made it nice and easy. If you want to go for your black one, shop black. That is absolutely fabulous. To get the black one, and it's one of those colours, it's like your white, it's one of the colours that we use the most. So great to have that big size bottle with that one.
Yeah, base coating, for priming, for, of course, anything you want to be waterproof but painted black. That's the one you want to go for. Now with the hybrids as well, you get a semi-matte finish, which means it's not a high gloss or like an eggshell satin. It's a mid-range finish, which means for that, it's non-super reflective, so it's more professional, it's more opulent, it looks sophisticated, but it's not matte, so it doesn't leave fingerprints and things like that, and it's really easy to wipe clean.
Perfect. I love that. Absolutely. So those are your options for your hybrids. Let's have a little look at the gesso next.
Let's do it. Okay.
Gesso. Essential, isn't it, for us crafters? We use it time and time again. Getting both, actually, in this set here. So $11.99 for both your black and your white for your Cadence gessos.
I know. The gessos, you can paste with them. You can use it as a paint. You can use it neat from the bottle, or you can mix it with all your other acrylics to really change the colours of it. It is stunning stuff. As well, it's super thick. Let me go and grab the one that I've got floating around over here somewhere. I don't know where I popped it. Oh, it's here. There we go. So the consistency of it, it's like cream cheese. Okay. All the foods today.
I know, bacon,
and I feel like I'm making a BLT in my head. So what we've got inside here, you can stencil with it, because look at that, how it holds its shape. Now this is the thickest, most pigmented gesso I had ever worked with. It's unbelievable. It holds its form. As well, it has a chalky finish to it, so it's great for furniture restoration and repair. If you wanted some dimensional relief or pattern on a piece of furniture, or a canvas or a chopping board or a tray or any ornamental object, this is the stuff to use. Mix your acrylics with a portion of it and it will tint it, so it's the same complementary tone. It's fab. Now the white, of course, is very heavily pigmented, but the black, oh my goodness. When you just use this with a singular stroke of sponge or a brush, you'll be mind blown. It's fab.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. Get both as well. Those two essential colours in your gesso, your white and your black. Shop gesso for both those. $11.99 should be just over £12. So nice few pennies off that, which we'd rather have a saving than not, let's be honest.
Oh, I reckon so.
Yeah, definitely. So both of those, a great opportunity to pick up both those. Shop gesso if you want to go for your black and your white gesso.
Indeed. The Aquastone. Love this stuff. Aquastone for you. This is the 120 though that we've got out for you. It's a full water-based varnish. It's a clear coat finish. It will literally provide a glossy coat on top of all of your pouring projects.
Wow.
So when you see it on there, look at that. It looks absolutely beautiful, and that is the gloss finish that you get with Aquastone.
Well, it's almost like it's been enamelled, doesn't it?
It does. It looks fabulous. Now that there, you want to make sure that your acrylic pour is fully set. I would leave it a full 48 hours, once it's poured. Then you want to scrub it with some kitchen towel, and it will take any of the excess oil from the surface, meaning all your gloss will stick to the surface. It is amazing stuff. It seals it in so they don't stick to each other, but you can mix your micas, your metallics, your glitters with all of that varnish.
Absolutely incredible. So if your Aquastone, it's Shop Aqua $14.49.
Absolutely. Right. Other surfaces, chopping boards.
These are cool.
They're so cute. Now they're all individuals. We've got them all on the show for you because these look great. In fact, actually, whilst you say the details, I'm going to go grab one I've done.
We'll start off with Shop Rectangle, which is, funnily enough, the rectangular one. There it is. Shop Rectangle.
Get away.
I know. Making it too easy for us, aren't they? Shop Rectangle, $9.99 for this fabulous little wooden. It's proper wood as well. This is
great. Yeah, it's the real stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow, look at that.
So this was a bit different, okay. Now I actually didn't realise that this fell off my table whilst it was drying, so it dried differently than I hoped, but I actually still quite like it.
I love it.
And it was actually had waves up here, but they all sunk down a little bit. But this is something that you can do at home on your chopping boards, panels, with the pouring paints, and they look wonderful. I added the Aquastone and mixed it in to create a gloss.
Oh yeah, it really is glossy there, isn't it? You can see on the wood really well.
So it went from being matte, with a few blobs on there, to this. Isn't it fab?
That looks incredible. And like we were saying earlier about doing just sort of almost like your selective pouring, you'd paint that top bit in the black gesso, have that at the bottom, that would look lovely, really pop against
Oh, it would. Yeah, definitely. But there's a little bit of inspiration as to what you can do with them.
Fabulous. So that is your shop board. So the shape that Davey's just showing you there is this one here. This is shop board, $9.99 for that one. And once again, it's proper wood there. What even says on the label, made of wood.
It is made of wood, we can confirm.
It's definitely made of wood.
That was a tree.
It was once a train, not anymore. It's now a chopping board. And if you want to go for your round one, and they've got a nice weight. They're not like super heavy, but you can tell it's got a nice weight to it. It's reassuringly weighty.
It is. It's one of these are a great size as well if you want to do small decorative pieces around your home, but also maybe you want to serve some nibbles or something like that, and they look really nice out on a dining table or a table that you've set. Maybe just with a little starter on there.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be quite cute, wouldn't it?
It's a amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche. Oh, amuse-bouche. Super fancy table tennis rackets. You decide whether it's going to be a tapas or table tennis.
Yeah, choice is yours. So that one is shop round £9.99 if you want to go for that one.
I was thinking what might be worth mentioning, because we could go to a demo after this, is we've got the baubles on the show.
Oh, we do.
Which were really busy this morning, the glass baubles. We've got them as a 2-pack. I think they're just on that chair actually.
They
and
basically are. Oh, they're under a pile of bears.
They're under a pile of bears.
Hold the line.
There's bears everywhere.
Both the same. Are they different?
Yes, they're the same, sorry. So you're going to get 2 boxes in total, all right?
Yeah,
this is
so
a massive amount. You're
There's
going to get 16 glass baubles.
Wow.
You're going to get the glue, the ribbon, the thread, everything that you need. But these are at a crazy deal for you today. You get all of that inside here. But I thought this morning when I saw them, we can use these with pouring paints.
Oh, of course.
We're going to do something different with them, so we're going to do it during the show. They should be just under 70 quid. This is a crazy deal. I'm going to go and get ready.
I've got a question though before you do.
Go on.
I'm just thinking, you know, talking about pouring with these, you get your glitter included, don't you?
Yeah.
So could I pour on it, and then while it's still wet, could I sprinkle a bit of glitter?
Of course you can.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
You could do that. You could do whatever you want with them. But yes, you can mix your glitter with your pouring, sprinkle it inside, on top. But we're going to do some different effects with these.
Oh, I look forward to seeing it. So you're getting both packs there. So from my reckoning, that looks like buy one, get one free.
It does to me as well, I know.
It does. So it should be $69.98 for 2, not today, $29.99 for both of them. Shop kit if you want to go for those. They are exactly the same. You are getting both kits there, which is going to give you 16 baubles, 8 pots of glitter, 2 lengths of ribbon, and your 2 lots of special glue. So plenty to get crafting with.
Absolutely, there is.
Can't wait to see them in action.
Right, okay. Oh, should we quickly cover the marble sprays just before we go over?
Yes, these look amazing.
Let's quickly cover these. Now, the marble sprays are a forever loved product here from Cadence. They are fabulous in the way that they work. We've got different colours out for you today, starting with the silver one. And these, Lily, have you ever used them before?
I've not. I was looking at them earlier, and I want to have a go. Please,
you
look
need to do it.
absolutely incredible.
You're going to do it during the show.
Oh, yeah. Sign me right up.
Okay.
I'll have a go.
So whether you want to do marble sprayed decorative nail art, whether you want to do kitchen countertops, tabletops, whether it would be fabric, canvases, maybe a beautiful bear, whether it's going to be onto a wooden tray, a chopping board, or it could be onto glassware, you can use these marble sprays on all of those surfaces. It dries in about a minute to a minute and a half.
Oh my gosh, wow.
It comes out completely naturally, so it sprays and disperses from the can. You get tons in here. Each one of these cans are 200 mils, okay, so you're getting loads inside them.
That's absolutely incredible. So I've got a mirror at home that I quite fancy popping this onto. So if it's a slightly gloss mirror at the edge, like the frame of the mirror, do I have to prime it first, or will it go into a shiny surface? It'll
go into a shiny surface. It's a solvent-based medium, so always be cautious where you're using it. We would suggest either using it outside or a well-ventilated area or a large open space. But yeah, so you could go straight onto that. It'd be fine. What you could do is then gloss it afterwards with the acetone and it'll like actual marble. It'd be like polished marble.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see this in action. That is absolutely incredible. So shop silver, $17.99 for your silver one. Next up, this one.
Ooh, green.
Ooh.
So green marble
nice,
spray. Yeah, so the lids here are an accurate representation of what the product is like, because that's the actual marble spray on the lid. They've sprayed it onto it. So yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? That's why everyone is so different. The green, of course, is going to look great on more natural based products, so it would look great out in the garden on stoneware and things like that. So you're going to get your green one. May I mention as well, though, I don't think I've even seen them down at that price before. That is in a crazy deal.
$14.99, should be $23.99. So you're saving £9 on that one, which is absolutely fabulous. And with things like that, when it's an aerosol, a little does tend to go an awfully long way.
Oh, it does.
You're going to be having lots and lots of marble spraying fun with this one. Shop green for your green if you want to go for that one. And then next up, red.
Red, indeed. Now, red, really popular one. Looks great against darker colours. It's really striking, very atmospheric. But again, with ones like this, you could, and the thing is as well, with marble spray, as soon as you sprayed it, you can chuck embossing powder onto it and it will actually emboss all of the marble lines. Honestly, the amount of techniques you could do with this is just unbelievable.
Absolutely incredible. So if you want to go for your shop red, that's $14.99. Once again, you're saving £9 on that one. These are amazing. I can't get over the fact They actually spray for every single one of these cans. They actually spray it on. How cool is that?
I know, it's
amazing. That.
Be cautious when you're spraying it. Don't get it on your shoes.
But if I wanted to spray my shoes, could I spray my shoes?
Spray your shoes.
Marble shoes?
I've got a few pairs of shoes where the tips of them are marbled.
Oh.
There was a snail going around our garden that was marbled. He had a lovely shell. He just happened to be going past. He was like, whoa.
Designer snail.
Pimped his shell. But other than that, I would just always cover all surfaces you're working on to protect everywhere because, like I say, it does spray out. So always spray it away from yourself onto the surface, but it's super easy. Super easy. We'll do some during the show.
Can't wait to see that. So if you want to go for those, you've got your silver, you've got your green, or you've got your red. Whatever the one you want to go for, it's just the name of that. So silver, green, or red. Shop that $14.99, which is amazing. On that one.
Okay. Let's have a look. We've got plenty more to share with you, but we could do a quick one with those glass baubles because the price is just ridiculous. Okay. So, and as well, get all your questions in. We want to hear from you. Want to know about your crafting? We
do. Oh, Diane says, lovely to see Lily so excited about crafting. Diane, I'm afraid this happens a lot with me. I get very overexcited, especially if things I've not seen before. I get very overexcited. So get used to it is all I can say. I do apologise.
Yeah, we're rather the excitable bunch, but I think it's really exciting, especially when you're working with products like this that provide you with such an array of results. Now with your glass baubles, they come with like the little crown top here, so you take that away, it's just spring loaded, but bear in mind these are glass, okay?
Oh, wow.
You can craft with them on the inside of the packaging as well because it holds them all upright.
That's a good idea.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to go in with these two, let's use these three actually, these three colours inside of the bauble.
Oh, wow, okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put the nozzle inside there like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Not much, don't need loads. A little bit of the blue, and remember you can pour all if any excess out, and a bit of the darker blue. And I'm sort of just going rogue with this one. We're just going to see how we go. So we've got those in there like that, and then we put our thumb over it and we give it a real good shake.
Okay, make sure you've definitely got your thumb over.
So I'm going to give it a really good shake, and then look at that.
Oh, wow.
You create your very own marbled bauble on the inside. How gorgeous is that?
That's
so then,
incredible, that.
all you need to do is, what I would do to let it dry is stand it on like a cocktail stick or something upside down so the air can get to it. But so you can see the finish of how it looks, is just pinch the two ends in like that, push it down, and then you've got a marbled bauble.
Wow.
Look at that. Should we do some more? Amanda says, let's do some more. I'm obsessed with that.
That's amazing.
Imagine making and selling those. They literally look...
charge a fortune for those.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They do look like they've been like hand-blown sort of glass.
Yeah, they do.
They do look like your special
They're crazy.
Question on the marble spray.
Oh, okay.
Can we use a marble spray on one of them?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh!
Yeah, we can use marble spray.
Baubles.
Marble bauble. Let's do it. Let's actually, if we lay him down, pop that one there like that, and my marbly spray I have put there. There we go. So in fact, actually, we'll use a darker colour inside. Should we do a dark one?
Yes.
So let's just go with one base colour. So we'll just put blue in.
Highlight Craft says, that bauble is so cute, more please. So they've told us we need to do more, so we'll have to.
So we're going in with the dark blue for this one. Give it a really good shake.
And then making cocktails or something.
Oh, I know. Oh, don't say that.
Well, it's only a Monday morning, blimey.
I know, yeah. Right, I'm going to put a bit of red in as well. Any on the outside, just grab a little bit of tissue because you don't want any of it on the exterior, okay? You just want it on the inside of the bauble. Finger over the top again. Really good shake. Look at how that's now capturing all of that in there. Make sure to definitely hold it over if you've got a colleague nearby. So what I'm going to do now is let's create like a really nice purpley red blue in there. So I'm going to get the marble spray. Okay, give it a good shake before you use it. So with the marble spray, shake well. Pop the lid off, and you just want to double check it. There we are, it's not dried. If you hold it super close, it's going to, of course, not give you marbling. It's going to be like a spray paint. You have to keep the distance, all right, with this. So all I'm going to do is clear the decks and just spray it from a slight distance. Always make sure your nozzle is facing down towards the surface you're working onto, and you want to do gentle spray. So the best way to practice is literally just sweeping like that.
That's the way that comes out. That's amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy. Honestly, it's
gosh.
fab. So just like that, and then you can see we've then got marbling on top of a marbled bauble.
That is absolutely outstanding, that. How cool is that? Can you imagine your Christmas tree with all these bespoke, beautiful, hand-decorated, one-of-a-kind, one-off baubles on? They're going to look absolutely amazing.
Isn't that just gorgeous? Let's do another one.
Come on.
Let's do some more.
Let's do them all.
We could
All
do
the
actually.
baubles.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm loving this. We want to see more.
Another one. We're going to take this one, and this we'll do in bright colours, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to go in, we're going to use some of the orange. Okay, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give my desk just a quick waft, just to make sure that's dry on the surface. So we're just going to do a quick waft. It dries in about 1 to 2 minutes, if that. I just want to circulate that air around there a little bit, just to give us a little bit of a breeze over the top. There we go. Right, we're going to go in with some orange. Again, a shake beforehand. Some orange in there. Doesn't matter if it goes on the side. Remember, all this paint's going to mix. We're then going to put a little bit of that one. Oh, Amanda's lining up the colours. Do you want white in this one? I thought you were going to go for yellow.
We're taking requests here.
No, we're going to go white, apparently. Right, okay, this is it.
We're going home for Amanda's Christmas tree.
I think so. But you know what? I think these would look nice, not even for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I think they just look nice hanging like outside in the garden for summer. Right, should we shake?
Yeah. You've got like those lovely little sort of twiggy trees. Look at that. You could hang them.
Yeah, the little twiggy trees.
The little twiggy trees.
I know exactly what you mean now.
Glad you know what I mean. Oh, that looks so cool.
Look at that. It looks like blown glass.
It really does, yeah.
And I'm obsessed with that result and that finish. I think they look incredible. And because it's glass, you get the glaze on the exterior, which just looks absolutely exquisite. They look like spherical pieces of granite, don't they?
They do, yeah, they really do.
Let's do another one. Let's do another one.
How many we've got? We've got 2 more.
We've got 2 more, I know, right? So I'm going to let all of these dry afterwards. Let's go in and we'll use some yellow this time. Let's go in with some yellow. Mix this inside here. Pop some more yellow in. And then we'll go in with red. It's so easy to do. And this bauble kit, remember, these baubles, you're getting 18 of them.
18, absolutely. So buy one, get one free when it comes to your bauble kits. Do you know what? I thought they were plastic, actually, until you told me they were glass.
Yeah.
Price, and you would. But lovely.
Proper
quality,
glass.
Yeah.
How much for the glitter?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we've got one left. I need to put some glitter in, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Coming.
Okay, so we'll do one. Oh, have I got any glitter? Have we got some glitter inside that one? I could just do a little bit. I'll replace it with my other one I've got afterwards. We'll open one of the kits. I'll get you some glitter and I'll show you what we can do. This is going to get exciting. But look at these that we've got so far. Oh, Amber's on the way. Yeah, there might be some in that big double cupboard. There we go. Right, so we've got this one. We've got this one here that we've done as well. We've then got this one with that. Well, look at the colour on those.
That's amazing.
And then we've got our marbled one, which is just fabulous.
My favourite, I have to say.
Look at those, though. They look. Amazing. I mean, how much would you pay for one of those in a shop that sells expensive baubles?
Well, an absolute fortune.
Could you imagine?
I dread to think.
Well,
imagine a whole tree as well.
Imagine a whole tree done in these, though, and you've done them yourself. They're going to look absolutely fabulous. So for the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cap off like that. We'll save all the caps. I would keep the caps off while they dry, okay, just so the air can get to them. And you could, if I just grab a piece of tissue, any excess paint that's left inside there, just get it out whilst it's still wet. If you were to hold it upside down, see, look, a little bit's going to come out of there.
Oh, yeah.
And just get rid of any excess. Oh, look at all these. We've got glitter.
Lots of glitter.
Thanking you. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay.
Spoiled.
Thank you very much, Amber. So now that excess has come out of there, I'm going to do the same with that one, actually.
Little question I'm not quite following, but it might make a little more sense to you.
Okay.
Sewing Reno patchwork yarn.
Oh, hiya.
Says, question, can you do 3 different swirls, colour patterns inside the bauble at once? Is that possible?
Oh, well, we've done... See, that one had red, yellow and orange in it.
Yeah.
So colour swirls, I'm trying to think of how else you would do it. Because we've done ones with 3 in. So, yeah, if on the question, if you could clarify, do you mean to add different colours after you've done it or during? Let me know, because I don't know if that comment might have come through before we did the 3 colour one.
Yes, yeah.
All right. But definitely let me know and we'll try anything. Right, okay. So, glitters, you're going to get gold, red, silver and that sort of white colour, that crystal inside your kit. So let's use some gold.
Oh, that's a lovely gold, that, isn't it? Blimey.
Yeah, these aren't the exact ones, but you do get a gold in your kit, don't you?
Let's have a look. Yeah, so, sure, I guess you get larger pots in here as well.
Yeah, you do. You get gold, I think, silver and
the whitey cleary crystal thing and red.
The whitey cleary crystal thing.
That one.
That's the colour. So put the gold in. I've not got anything else in there at the moment. It's just creating with static. The glitter is sticking to the outside. And I'm really just going with this. Okay, we're just going for it. We're going to go in with the dark blue because that'll contrast really nicely with the gold. I'm going to see what this looks like. Okay. It might just cover it up. I don't know. But we don't know until we try.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is. Oh, look at that. It's all coming to the surface.
It's got almost like an emeraldy colour, hasn't it?
It has. And can you see the yeah, it has gone emerald. That's interesting. And all the glitter's coming to the top.
Oh, I like that.
So there's lots of different ways I imagine that you could play with that.
Oh, gosh,
or you could mix your glitters with your varnish and paint them on the exterior if you wanted to as well. But that, using that Bauble kit to create stunning effects like that is just, well, that's a little bit addictive if you ask me. I mean, those... They're just, and every single one is always going to be completely different.
Certainly are. We've had more questions. People are getting as carried away as we are, David.
Yeah, easily done, easily done.
Mrs. H999 says, don't shake, swirl, see what happens.
Oh, because I was proper going like this. Maybe that's why. Oh, okay. So with the paints, you probably could swirl it or rotate it round. It might wrap around on the inside. That's a good point. I've used up all my baubles. But I know exactly what you mean. That's a really good technique and tip, though. But shall I show you something that you can use if you want to just do something a little bit different on glass?
Come on,
okay,
let's have a
let's
look.
do it. So what I've got here is a plastic bag. And what I'm gonna another plastic bag, honestly. I've got quite a few on the go today. And you may have seen me using this the other day in on one of the shows for a demo. Okay, it's incomplete. I didn't finish it, but I've got this blue stripe on it, and I thought we'll use this in our pouring show, right? So all I'm going to do is, and you could use a bin liner or a piece of greaseproof paper for this, is I'm going to put some of our paint, and let's actually use, we've got blue stripes, so let's use blue. Okay. Yeah, we're going to use blue, like this. And then we're going to put some white. So that's not white, that's also blue.
I was going to say, it was mine's playing games on it.
I don't know what's happening.
White. There it is.
There we go. Put some of that on there, and I'm going to put a little bit of blue on top. Now this is what you can do with the waste as well. Okay. So I've generally created what may be left after a pour. But if you fold that in half, okay, you can see it through the plastic, and you start to spread it out like this. Really smooth it all down. You create a wonderful mottled finish. Just take that layer off there, put it all the way around like this. You might be thinking, what on earth are you creating here? Well, when we then open this up, we create a stunning marble surface, which then, if you take your glassware to it, like that, it will transfer. So then you pull your glass with all of the plastic wrap around, like this, and you create that wonderful marble finish, spread it all over the glassware, and from this, you'll probably get around about 4 or 5 plates just from the amount that we put. I know, it goes such a long way. So what I'm doing is then going right up to the edge of the glassware like this, and you'll be able to find additional glassware on the website, so definitely check that out, but look at that. So then all that we then do is start to remove the plastic like that, and then you have your very own marbled glass plate. Oh my
gosh, that's incredible, isn't it?
So you've got the back of it there, which looks also gorgeous.
Yeah, it does.
But then you've got the front facing side, and that was created using what would be leftover paint from a pour, and that paint there would keep on going. You could make so much more from that. So if I was to leave this facing down, so it'll dry for us, I'm just going to pop it to my super tidy station. And then if I grab something like a coaster, you go back in. This is not glass, obviously, so it will be whatever's underneath, but we're going to try it. Push that straight in, peel that back, and then again, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Different result every single time. We could go back in actually and repress that, see what we get, which I know is a bit of a risk, but why not?
We'll
give it a go.
Out either way.
Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And that looks like sort of sea waves.
It does, doesn't it?
And I just love that effect. I think it's stunning. And this is Cadence pouring paint at its finest. It's so easy to use. Anybody can have a go with this stuff. It really is fabulous. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this in half. I'm going to quickly take me about 30 seconds. I'll get a canvas ready and we'll do a big pour.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Right. I shall be back. Come on then. Let's have a little look at those fantastic paints that David's been showing you. We've been doing all these amazing paint pouring techniques using this fantastic. David, do you want to call it a starter kit? It can be a starter kit, of course, but it's going to be allowing you to do not just those basic beginner techniques, but allow you to go on that real amazing paint pouring journey. So you're getting all 6 paints here, and these are acrylic based paints, but they're not just the paint itself, they've been mixed and formulated specifically, so you've got everything you need in there to get paint pouring. No need to mix them with anything else, it's all that mixing's being done for you. All you need to do is basically just get pouring and you are good to go. So you're getting all your 6 different colourways there. Those 2 lovely blue colour tones, you're getting your orange, that lovely really zesty yellow colour, you're getting that gorgeous deep red, and you are getting your white as well. And in addition to those 6 paint pots that you can see there, you are also getting your silicone oil. So if you're wanting to bring out more of those cells, as you can see on the packaging there, you've got those lovely really clear cells that you can see on that image there. That's going to allow you to create that sort of technique. But if you want to use the paints just on their own, of course you can absolutely do that. That's $39.99. Shop bundle is going to get you that full collection there, all 6 paints and the silicone oil as well, which is incredible. Now, I do want to quickly share with you the Bauble kit, because these are amazing. I've seen just now quite how amazing these are. We've been loving seeing all those amazing techniques using these baubles. Now, these are glass baubles, not plastic like I first thought they were. They are real glass baubles, absolutely incredible quality. You are getting 8 in each pack. You're getting 4 parts of glitter, a length of ribbon, so you've even got the ribbon you need to tie them up and hang them up on your tree or wherever you're choosing to hang them, and you are getting some of your glue as well. But as part of this deal today, it's not just the one kit, you are getting both kits here. So basically a buy one get one free offer, so you're going to be getting 60 in the baubles, so you've got plenty to decorate. Perhaps it's going to be for your tree, perhaps it's going to be around the home. You've got all those fantastic items within the kit. $29.99 is going to get you both of those. Great for your paint pouring, great for painting with your different paints, great for just popping your glitter inside, like you can see on the packaging there. Absolutely fantastic kit, and a great one perhaps to get the kids involved with for Christmas as well. That shop kit, to get 2 of those packs there, you get absolutely tons, you can see there, 2 complete kits. Perhaps one's going to be for you, one's going to be a gift for a friend. However you're choosing to use these, they are absolutely fabulous. So next up, metal leaf bundle, which I do believe is in front of me here. You're getting tons in this one, and you're getting tools and the leaf as well. So if I move your brushes out the way to start with, you are going to start off with these. Oh dear, I'm knocking things over. There we go. Stand that one back up. You are getting your foil leaf. So first of all, you can see here you're getting 12 different colours as part of this kit here, this being your fantastic foil leaf. Then you move on to your silver leaf. You're getting a whopping 100 sheets of the silver. You're then getting 100 sheets of the gold and 100 sheets of the rose gold as well. So that's all your foil that you're getting included. Then to go alongside, you're getting your pack of super fine brushes that you can see there. You are getting 3 different brush sizes within this one, 10 brushes in total. And then you're going to get some of your large brushes here. Great ones for dusting with these fantastic brushes. You're getting your small, you're getting your medium, and that really lovely large, really soft brush as well. An amazing price on this one, $34.99, down from just shy of £60. So you're saving about £15 when it comes to this fantastic bundle here. All those goodies enabling you to get those fantastic foiling effects on all your projects. David, are you ready?
I think so.
He's ready. Come on, let's go
Should
back
do
to
some
David,
more stuff.
see what he's got next.
Well, the fact that Lily, you just mentioned about that incredible deal and that big bundle of metal leaf and the foiling, I thought we could quickly share with you a technique where it's going to really play into, well, finishing your articles or your projects, whatever it is you've made. Now, this one here is one that I did during the actual class. So if you've got, joined the Cadence Club, this here is canvas that we did during the class. And it's had about a week to dry. So what I'm going to do now is, because the silicone oil, where the cells are, is now still set on the surface, you're going to polish it up, okay? And it will just see there, you can see it's taking that oil off. So it's done its job for us, but we are going to take it away. So burnish all the way over like this. Fetch off any of that silicone oil, because that's going to repel anything from sticking to it. It won't like, paint won't like to dry on there. So now that's gone. See, I'm not really getting any more of that up now. Really polish that. What we're going to do is going to use that metal leaf. So I'm going to grab here some of the gold.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful. And you get 100 sheets of gold as well. So I'm going to start tearing all of it up like this, okay? And I'm going to start to tear it down into teeny tiny little shreds inside this cup, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this is we're going to turn it into a gilding glaze.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to take it super tiny little shreds, okay? We're not mixed anything with it so far. I'm literally just tearing it up. And then what we're going to do is pour in some of our Cadence Aquastone varnish, okay, which is also on the show for you. So pour that in here. Going to get some more of the gilding, and then we want to use a nice flat brush, okay? So I'm just going to grab a nice flat brush to sort of break that down and mix it with all of that varnish. A little bit more inside there as well. There we go. Mixing that round, And then what we do is we start to paint this on. And what it's going to do is allow all of that gilding to lay flat, and it gives you a wonderful finish. So you see I've got this big blob there. So just start to break it all up, push it all the way around like this. All of that gilding flake is going to spread out evenly. It's all going to separate, and then you lay it flat and start to burnish it out with the glaze, and it gives you a foiled finish within the varnish. It looks beautiful. It's like you've got speckles of gold flecks just in the top of all of that paint. Look at that there, how it's spreading out. Now what this varnish will do is coat it, so it's then wipeable. It's actually moisture resistant as well, but with all of that gilding flake encapsulated inside there. And I'm going in one particular direction with it because I want it all to be burnished within the same flow. What it's then going to do for you is give you that wonderful varnish coating, which actually self-levels with the gold built into it. So just a little technique of how you can get more out of your gilding kits with your pouring paints together.
Amazing. It just elevates it. That is just that one extra thing just makes it that little bit more special. It looked amazing as it was with all that colour in there, but just to get that little bit of metallic shimmer and shine just adds that extra dimension, especially if you're thinking about making to sell. Just takes it up a notch, and add an extra few pounds onto that as well with that lovely little bit of metallic booster onto it.
Definitely. Now what we're going to do for this one, it's a slightly bigger project. Okay, we've worked our way up to our 12 by 12. Okay, now you could fill the whole canvas with paint or just a portion of it, or you could start with a smaller canvas. So with the 12 by 12, I think you get 10 of these, is that right?
You are, yeah. You're getting 10 of your 12 by 12.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them on some stilts, which are cups.
You're going to start doing that, you know, follow the ball.
Or the cup song, whatever it is. Not today. But what I've done here is I've elevated it so it makes it easier when we're actually crafting. Now, in fact, actually what I'm going to do, before I go any further...
Another bag.
David
must have shares in plastic bags.
Honestly, my bin line of business, it's going through the roof. What I'm going to do is put the cups on here because then it'll be far easier to clear up. I'm only doing this really for the show. Obviously, at home I would just have this mat and that's where they would all dry. But I'm probably going to be moving this and doing another one shortly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a dark colour. Okay, so I've got this wonderful, it's called Parliament. Yes, Parliament Blue, this one. And we're actually going to cover the entire canvas with this one colour. Okay. So we're going to start with it at the top, okay? And look how beautiful this colour is. Now we don't really want any wastage with this one. It's going to try and cover all of the canvas, so we're going to spread it nice and evenly with a palette knife, okay? And we're going to start to spread this. It'll take a couple of minutes just to start to spread it over the entire canvas. In fact, I might just gently bend that back a little bit and it will just give me a little bit of elevation on there. You could use a piece of acetate or construction acetate as well to spread it if you wanted a bigger coverage. But you want to get a nice even layer all over the canvas with this and keep building it up and adding more. Scrape it away from yourself as well. Rotate it around if it makes it easier. You just want to get it all covered. So I'm going to add some more.
We've put the details on your screen there if you want to go for these square canvases that Dave is using. They're 12 by 12 in size, 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres. You get 10 of those for £22.99, making it £2.29 per canvas. And for a large size canvas board, that's outstanding value. And they're all pre-gessoed, all pre-primed. So like Dave is doing here, he's not added anything extra to that before he's popped the blue on. It is literally good to go. Start getting your pouring on, or any other medium that you're using with it. You can start crafting straight out the box.
Oh, you can do. So easy. Now this one here, I'm just covering it all over, and you can see I'm building it up so I've got full pigmentation across the whole canvas. Okay, you could pour it in the middle and start like tilting it and wrapping it around, but and that's a great thing to do, but sometimes you can waste a little bit. So this way it just keeps it all leveled towards the centre. And notice as well with these canvas boards, because they are hard, they don't bow, so none of the paint's going to pull in the centre. If you're using a stretch canvas with pouring, you'll struggle, and the reason for that is it will dip in the centre. You can do it, but you're going to want to apply a piece of hardboard to the inside of it because it will dip and it'll frustrate you, believe me. So what I'm going to do is just quickly knock it just a little bit, and that'll just start to settle a lot of that paint. So any other areas, I'm just going to make sure to cover it because this is going to have artwork on top of it. So don't worry about any areas where you can see a mark from the palette knife, anything like that. It will all be covered. So we've pretty much got an open area to work on to now. And with an open area, it means we can actually create a design on top of it. Okay. So this is where it gets really exciting.
I'm intrigued as to where this is going.
Oh yeah, you're thinking, what on earth is he doing? Has he absolutely lost his mind?
I'm very intrigued, that's for sure.
That's good. All right, so what we're going to do is we've used the blue. That can go away now. And I'm just going to quickly wipe my hands before I transfer anything anywhere else, okay? So what we then want to do is really inexpensive beads, okay?
Right, okay. David's got his pearl necklace out.
I have indeed. So this
Wonder
is...
why you weren't wearing it.
I know, it's usually part of this outfit, actually.
It does match lovely.
It does, it goes really well. So you don't have to use your prized possessions. It could, do you know what? I actually did have a reel of it and I can't find it. You know the beaded chain that you use for like roller blinds and that sort of thing? You can buy it like 40 pence a metre, it's super cheap. Get some of that. You can get the brass one or you can get the plastic one. I'd go for the plastic because it washes better. Yeah. But these beads are around about 5 mil. Probably just shy of 5 mil in thickness, so they're slightly bigger. I would usually use smaller ones, but they work well for it still. Now you want a reel of this of about 1 metre, okay? So you've got those ready, and then you want to pick your other colours. Now what we do is we lay it down for around about half of the length, so I'm going to say around 40 to 50 centimetres of length there, and then we pick up your accent tones. Now these are going to be plumes, okay? They're called they're almost like lily plumes, okay? So we're going to start on with our colours to contrast from this. We wouldn't use the same colour because it's not going to stand out, and we pour it on top of the beads, okay? So I'm literally pouring it, and you're going to use this multiple times. I don't think you're literally wasting it. Pour that on there, then I'm going to go in with some of the yellow on top of the beads again, like this. All the way over, and at first you might think, what on earth, like you're literally just covering it, but all will become clear. Don't need too much red because it will overpower the other colours quite quickly. Okay. So I'm just going to infill just little blobs here and there with a bit of that one, and let's just go in with a tiny little bit more of the white just towards the end of this here. So what's happened here is that beaded chain has now sunk, well, that paint has now sunk all over that chain. Just pull it ever so slightly, and it's going to coat it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pick the chain up and we're going to zigzag it here, all right? And then we're going to pull it.
Right.
So make sure the area you're working in is equipped for this. So you put it down a bin liner, basically. Yeah. So I'm going to pick up the chain freely from the paint like this, okay? So pick it up, take it straight to the canvas, find the pinpoint, okay? And then zigzag it back on itself just a few times, like this, okay? Right. And then you're going to end it towards the centre and then straight to yourself. Right, yep. So that's now on there.
It is, okay.
And sometimes they don't turn out the way you want them first off, but you can just mix it and do it again. Honestly, it's really easy. And then you're just going to pour it towards yourself like this. Try and keep it as straight as you possibly can, straight towards you, and then you've got, lay that flat, you've got this wonderful floral plume.
Oh my gosh, that's
in the
amazing.
Middle. How gorgeous is that?
Absolutely amazing. From the start off, when you're whacking a bit of paint on some beads, to get that is amazing.
It's absolutely exquisite. Now you can use different thicknesses of beads, you can use different mediums to create different effects. This is like my go-to. This is the one I would do straight away because it creates such a stunning effect, and also I think it's a little bit of a fail-safe. It works really well, and honestly it's so easy. Now I'm just going to clean the bead chain down. After you've used something like this, I would just soak it in some water and it will clean it, but I'm just taking off excess paint for this because it's picked up obviously some of that blue. And then we're going to go back inside that strip of paint that we used and just nuzzle that in, try and spin it around a little bit, coat that into that chain again, into all of that paint, just spin it over so it's all going to coat in there nicely. You can push it down a little bit as well. Right, and then we're going to pick that up again and do another one here and another one there. Okay. So we're going to pick our chain back up. Remember, these pouring paints make it so easy, and you will still get small cells starting to appear. Another one there, zigzag round. Oh, there we go. Just tease it. There we go, and finish that one there. And then again, pull it towards yourself. Look at that.
Wow. Oh, it's fascinating as well, watching it form. It's amazing.
It's so fun. Honestly, you will absolutely love it. Now, if I just, because I built up for a second go, I've got quite a bit on there. I'm just going to take it to this water, put it inside the water, and just quickly clean the chain off before we do our last one, because I noticed I did get a little bit more blue in that. Notice as well I am starting to get cells.
Oh yeah, you are.
Cells are starting to appear, so you're going to get your cells at the same time, which look wonderful. It just adds to the overall uniqueness of the whole project, okay? So let's get a little bit of blue roll and dry those off. And you can see here just how fun this really is. It's so, I'm going to say experimental, adventurous, quite freeing as well at the same time. I'm just going to dry my pearls. There we go. And then just take off a little bit more water from those, and then we can dip it again.
And I love the fact that every single time you do this, you could use the same paints, exactly the same colours, same process, but it's still going to look different every single time you do it. You're creating basically a unique piece of art.
Oh, absolutely. Every single time. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with the bead chain. Okay, and then just nuzzle that in a little bit. Get some of those colours in there. Roll it around a little bit. So it really is capturing and coating itself in the paint. Pick it up. So you could probably go around about 6 to 10 more times inside that.
Wow.
And then, so you're doing a really big one, like on your A3s, it would look fabulous. I'll do a slightly taller one this side. There we are. So it's sort of anchored where it was going. And then zigzag on yourself, back and forth. I've got quite a shaky hand and it really doesn't matter because it's so natural. There we go. So then all that bead chain, you could have a little tissue waiting for it just down here, but again, we're going to just pull it straight towards yourself.
Wow.
Swipe all of that off, and then you've got the wonderful, now that framed on a wall, aquastoned and glossed, just looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
There's one just behind yourself, Lily, where I did it with the finer chain, which gave me different plumes, and I did the zigzags tighter, so that one there.
This is amazing. Look at that. I mean, these are my sort of colours. It's absolutely gorgeous onto one of your canvases. Look at that.
So that was fun, but it's honestly so exciting. And again, the results are different every time you do it. So always just go for it and have fun.
Yeah, it's just absolutely.
They're like gladioli a little bit.
Yes,
they're like an
are,
abstract version, but you can go from something like that literally in minutes just by following those few steps. All you need on top of your paint is your canvas and some chain.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely
so
incredible.
Fun. I love it. And then just leave that chain in there.
And we'll
wash
tie
that
it up
later.
later along with everything else.
There's quite a lot going on, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. I mean, Amanda showed you that table earlier, but it looks worse now. Is all I'm going to say.
I'm going to say it is a creative area.
It is, yeah.
Filled with imagination.
Yeah, just be careful because it's all damp. So.
Yeah, that's very true. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly clear up these bits, and then we'll do another one.
Right,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm going to show you? Because Amber has kindly opened up one of these boxes, our Christmas baubles. So I'm going to show you actually inside one of these boxes so you can see exactly what you're getting when you do get this home. And don't forget as well, you're not just getting the one, you are getting both as part of this collection. It's a buy one, get one free deal. So it's $29.99 for both kits here. They're both exactly the same, so I'm only going to show you the one. But just remember, you are getting this twice over. So I'm going to start off with the baubles themselves. So I'll take all the other goodies out and move those to one side so I can share those with you in just a few moments' time. We're going to start off with these beautiful glass baubles. Now they're packaged absolutely beautifully. So you've got that main outer cardboard box, great for presents, and then inside you are getting that lovely inner box that's going to house all of those glass baubles. Each and every single one has got its own little compartment. They're like eggs in an egg box, so you know they're going to be nice and sturdy, not going to be rolling about all over the place when they come to you after they've been delivered. They're all included, so they are included in the two parts. If you want to screw the lid off while you're doing your paint pouring or whatever technique it might be, you can absolutely do that, then just screw it back on once it's dried and finished. You are getting all 8 of those included as part of this kit, but don't forget you are getting 16 because of course you are getting a duo pack here in this buy one get one free offer. So all of your fantastic clear glass baubles. Then we move on to our glitters, and David showed us that amazing technique just a few moments ago as to how you can incorporate all those lovely glitters on the inside alongside your paint pouring technique. So 4 of those glitters, you're getting that twice over, don't forget. Then we move on to what's called our special glue. Wow. David, what are we using our glue for?
Right, okay, so the glue, you basically pour the glue inside the bauble, swirl it round, and it will coat all of the inside of the glassware with adhesive. It's like a liquid formula, and as soon as you pour the glitter in, it coats to all of the inside of the glass, creating that wonderful sort of, I'm going to say, the most amazing amount of glitter you could ever add to the surface of a bauble, but they look fab.
Amazing. So that's on the inside. You can see, if I tilt this and you see it's nice and liquid, so it's going to pour on the inside of those baubles easily. A little bit like the technique David did with adding the paint on the inside, shaking it about. That's what you're going to do with your glue to add those fabulous glitters over the top. And then finally, they are included literally everything in this kit. So you've got everything you need to not just create the baubles, but also suspend them perhaps from your trees. Maybe it's going to be from, we're talking about those little twiggy trees that you might have in your home. Perhaps it's going to be alongside your staircase. You've got your 2 lengths of ribbon there. Don't forget, of course, you are getting that twice over, so that's going to be 4 lengths of ribbon in that lovely red colour tone, which will match beautifully alongside that red glitter that you get included. So all 8 of those baubles you're getting your glue. You are going to get that whole pack of your 4 glitters as well, and your 2 lengths of ribbon is in one of your kits. Yeah, that twice over as part of this collection here, all beautifully housed in its box. Of course, you could be gifting these, you could be keeping them for yourself and starting to get organised for your Christmas decorations. You are getting 2 packs there, 16 baubles in total. Buy one, get one free price, brings it all the way down to $29.99. If you want to go for both those, each shop kit for those fantastic kits. Now, next up, we did have a little glance at this earlier on in the show, but it's a fantastic saving on this one and an opportunity to get lots and lots of gorgeous Cadence paints. So I'm going to share with you these fabulous metallic paint bundles. Now, this is one whole collection here, so you're getting all the paints on every single level you can see here. If I just move those out of the way so you can see a little bit better, you get all these gorgeous metallic colourways. And if I open one of these up, I'll go for this lovely terracotta colour. You can see the sparkle and the metallic lustre in here is absolutely incredible. So you can see in there, it's almost like molten lava. Absolutely stunning. And it's going to go into a range of different surfaces, whether it's your cardstock, perhaps you're going to be using it through some of your stencils, perhaps it's going to be onto your ceramic, onto your glass, lots of different surfaces that you can use these onto and to give it that lovely metallic sheen onto all those different surfaces. A really nice mix of colours in here. You've got things that are a little bit darker, a little bit more soft, and of course you can be mixing those together to get different colourways as well. Now, if you want to use those for your acrylic paint pouring, you will just need to mix them up with the relevant mediums to make them sort of pourable, if you like. But if you want to be using them perhaps to prime a canvas, or perhaps you're going to be painting with them, then absolutely you're good to go fresh out the bottle. All of those, it's shop mega $54.99. It should be over £100. It's about half price when it comes to this fantastic offer here, and they're all 70 mils each. So that's your metallic ones. Then if you want to go for something a little bit more matte, we do have 2 of our larger bottles. When I say larger, they're absolutely huge. If I compare alongside one of the ones that we've just looked at, which is 70 mils, these are 500 mils, half a litre of paint within these. And these are your hybrid acrylics. So for half a litre, it is going to be $23.99. First of all, we've got our black, a really, really useful one to have in your crafty stash. I mean, we use black and white all the time, so to have a really large size bottle of your black is absolutely fabulous. Half a litre there for $23.99. Shop black, and that's your Cadence hybrid acrylic paint. Like David was saying earlier, it dries a semi-matte sort of colour, so not so matte that it's going to give you those sort of greasy fingerprints on it if you touch it, but it's not got that shimmer and shine or sheen to it. It's a nice semi-matte finish. That's your black, shop black for that one. Or if you want to go for something, I think this is really quite stylish, this colourway, this lovely pale blue colour. Once again, it's your hybrid acrylic, same sort of properties as your black, just in your blue colourway. Half a litre there, $23.99. And if you want to go for that one, it is shop blue. Now, something that David has been talking about and using in some of his demos, he did use it actually alongside that fantastic gold leaf, which looked amazing, is your fantastic aqua stone varnish. Now, this is going to be adding to, perhaps it's going to be your paint pouring designs to give it that lovely sort of shine and lock in all of that design. It's $14.49 for a bottle there. Shop Aqua, 120 mils there. A great sort of varnish to be adding to all of those products to seal them and make them able to be left outside as well. David, are we ready?
I think so.
Ready?
Let's do it, shall we?
Right, I'm excited to see what's next after that one.
Me too.
It could be anything because that was exciting.
I think we've done about 6, 7 different projects now, but we're just going to keep on going because there's loads we can do with it, and it doesn't ever really end with something like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got all of the colours from your all-in-one pouring kit. If you've not yet got this, this is your time to get it. Honestly, you're going to love this process. I have with me for this one a hairdryer. And what I've done is I've made this to go on. I've made, your hairdryer might have one of these, but I'd lost mine, so I just made it from card. And for this, we're going to use it to actually shift the paint in different areas. Okay. But you know, you can get like this one that's like a duck's beak, and then you get the one that's like the diffuser, like all of the bits. Yep. Couldn't find mine, so I made one from card. But I'm going to suggest to you make sure you're using the plastic one, and I'm not using heat with this as well because it is card. Yeah. Just to clarify before I get it out and completely forget to mention it. So we're going to go with the white first, okay? I'm going to start up here. We're going to do a cup pour, but this one we're going to lay our colours out onto the surface. So I'm laying the white out here, okay?
And if you want to go for your paints, so that whole kit there, details on your screen. Shop bundle, $39.99. You get your 6 different colourways, and you are getting your silicone oil as well.
Absolutely. Now I'm just going to spread some of this white out. So we're just pushing it around the surface a little bit further. There we go. So push this out.
That is satisfying to watch, I have to say. It's
It's
very
lovely.
satisfying.
And try and make it as sort of organic and natural as possible. So try not to follow I mean, I've gone straight across there, but then I'm going to go a little bit wider down here at the bottom, just to add a little bit more colour. Now this is going to be sort of like your blending channel, okay? So the paints are going to creep into this section. So bear that in mind when you're doing a particular pour like this. We're then going to start with some darker colour. So this one might sit on the outer edge like this, okay? And then I'm going to start to, in fact, let's just sort of circulate around there as well. And we're then going to go in with the white again, against that as like a little barrier.
Okay.
There we go. And I'm completely just going for this naturally, okay?
Right.
Because there's so many different effects that you can create. So we're going to put the orange on, and then we're going to put on the yellow, like this. And then we're going to go in with the red.
This is looking interesting, I'll say that much.
Well, this is
I trust you.
Do you trust me? Okay,
yeah,
good. Thank you. I don't.
Right, so what?
Honestly. So I'm going to go all the way around here. Now, I've not done any colour to this side yet. You could start pushing it with a small air diffuser, like one like this.
Yeah.
Which of course will allow you to then start pushing it in.
Ooh.
Sorry, Becky. Didn't realise.
Poor Becky's just here with
Are
the
you
camera.
okay? Have you got
Unassuming.
in it? I'm just thinking actually it might be wise. we've got a long pole we can strap the camera to. So I'm going to use this, and what you start to do is you start blowing the colour, okay?
Oh, wow.
Like this. And we start pushing the colour out, okay? See how it's starting to vein and spread? And then we're going to go with our darker colour. Here we are. All the way up to the side. Then again, face it round here.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Wow.
So now,
good. Okay, I was glad I trusted you.
it's one of those. It's one of those where you really do trust the process. There, let's cover that edge. Now I'm using this with no heat, but with this particular hairdryer, it kicks out a small amount of heat when it's on 0. So then we're going to do the other side now. But look at that! How cool is that?
Cool, does that?
But we've got this white channel in the centre. We're going to remember that. So we're going to go again around here with the darker colour. Okay, I'm not going down as far though this time. But instead of using that white, we're going to add those wonderful sort of azure turquoise blue.
It's a gorgeous blue, right?
So pretty, I love it. But this, notice how that white there just added that little striking flare, which that separation, that what creates that veining. See how the cells are starting to form too?
Yes, yeah.
What we're going to do now is add just a tiny blob of white. Don't need much, not at all. Going to go yellow first this time. So we're layering up our colours separately, so different the way we did it the first time round.
Yeah.
We're then going to go in with our orange. I'm sort of teasing it, pushing it close to the centre there. In with the red, not as much this time though.
It like a teddy bear. You're too white.
Oh, it does.
Little ears.
It does look like a teddy bear, doesn't
See all
it?
sorts of
I feel like I need to put 2 little eyes there now.
Yeah.
It does actually look. Actually, do it. Should I put a little bit?
Do it. There you go.
There we go. There's the teddy bear.
He's got a little hat on as well.
He has. He's got a little hat on. Oh, bless him.
Oh,
Seb's just a complete artist, as you can see.
There you go. Yeah.
So what I'm
beautiful.
I'm now going to actually rotate the canvas because that will be easier. So I'm going to put it this corner this time. So I'm going to be blowing in that direction. Everyone take cover. So what I'm going to do is start to tease it this way now. There we go. And as it meets the white, that's where you get that colour carrying over.
Oh, teddy bear's gone.
He's gone.
Oh, teddy bear.
Now what I'm going to do is increase the channel. So this area here, it's now going to struggle to continue. So we want to add some white to it, okay, which will continue to push it outwards. There we are. So put this here. It doesn't have to be super neat. Just putting that in. There we go. Oh, a little bit of white's needed just there. There we go. And that should do it for us. That'll mean the paint can carry on moving. There we go. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Now what I'm going to do, because I'm facing it this direction, is you can just blast some smaller areas. You could use a straw, again, if you don't have one of these tools. I mean, they're really inexpensive, but you could just use a drinking straw just to blow it. There we go. Look at that. So now we're creating the really fine veins of colour, and they're like little splats that just land in different areas, like that. There we go.
Wow.
And then just push some, sorry Becky, see Becky just taking these steps back here.
She's on edge now.
She's like, oh my goodness, David, stop it. So I'm going to push that back to there, and then just tease that colour now all the way up, like that.
Oh, amazing.
And look at that.
How cool is that? With a bit of paint and a hairdryer, look what you can create.
It is
Wow.
absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's so different from the technique that we've just done. This is a completely different way of looking at it. Now look at how that paint is starting to layer up. What we can do is with the silicone oil that comes with your kit, okay? If you just put a teeny tiny little bit of this on your mat, okay? You can use it directly from the bottle, but then you're not going to have a great sense of control with it. Use something small and pointy. So the end of this pipette will do.
Right.
Use a cocktail stick, and you just want to poke it into little areas and push it down, okay?
So just literally a tiny bit, not much at all.
Tiny bit. And what will happen is it does take a little bit of time. It can take anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour. Cells will start to appear. Now look there. That one's starting to grow now.
Gosh, yeah.
Look how it's coming through.
Wow.
And this will create loads of cells. If we were to go in with the bottle, which I know we said we didn't need to, but I'm going to do it. But just be very good. Don't squeeze it. Just let it flow.
Okay.
Okay. Let it flow naturally. Nice and quick. All the way around. I'm not squeezing the bottle at all. I'm just holding it. And that will push any paint and separate it. Because as the colours lay over one another, this sort of creates like an oil slick, like a resist.
Yeah.
And they're all starting to get bigger and they're growing. Look at these ones down here now.
Yeah.
It just starts to travel. It's fascinating to see. Once this is then dried, you're then going to give it a good scrub down with that piece of dry kitchen towel again. But this is striking. Now I did this process on a much bigger scale, which was the one on the wall there. So that one there was like a similar sort of process, but with a different colour. And I also added the black into it as well, which I thought would add a bit of depth. But you can do so many different results with acrylic pouring. It never really ends. It never ends. But when you can do something like this, or you could do it on a smaller scale like this, you know you've got an amazing product there.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. You could be doing, perhaps you're going to be having that on your wall, you're going to be having your coasters in your kitchen, having it all matching that same colour theme, same sort of colour scheme. It's going to look absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. I was just thinking I could do another one, but if possible, Amber, would you be able to grab me a piece of printable acetate?
Ooh.
I think it was on the show previous. I've just thought of something. Okay. We can try and quickly squeeze this one in. So what we're going to do for the printable acetate is we do something called a swipe. And basically a swipe was used to create something like this, which increases the cell intensity. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this to one side, make sure I'm safe to put that there. Yeah, that's okay. And I'm going to grab some coasters. You can use the chopping boards, anything to do this, okay? So I'm going to set one there. And what we want to do first is to create the base, all right? This doesn't have to be anything magical. We're just going to put paint on here and create the open base of the paint. So I'm going to go on with orange, some orange there, put some, let's put some yellow there, some red, and then the light blue. Okay, we use a light blue for this one. And then what I'm going to do is just let these colours all marry into one another, but we don't want it to be fully mixed or bleeding or anything like that. We just want them to coat the actual coaster. It's actually looked really nice, quite satisfying to see it like that.
Yeah.
Bring a bit more of that orange down because I don't want to lose it all.
Colourways are so rich, so intense,
Look at
aren't
that.
they? They're amazing.
So that there is our coaster now primed and ready to go. You don't want to leave it longer than about 15-20 minutes before you do your next step because it will start to create a very mild film over the top. Okay. Then what we're going to do is with a cup, we're going to mix our secondary colour, which is going to be the sort of the top layer for this. Okay. Thank you, Amber. Thank you so much. Cheers, my dears. Look at that. I'm going to leave it there so I can see it because otherwise I always lose it on my desk. Now I'm going to use some of the darkest colour from the kit, okay? I'm going to squirt that into here and I'm using roughly the same amount as I've used each colour on there. So probably just over a teaspoon. Silicone oil, we're going to add about 10 drops of this into this mixture now. Because this mixture already has silicone oil in it, we're going to increase the intensity. So it's going to really amp up that cell diffusion. So I'm going to put that in there. Yeah, about 10 drops. Leave the lid off because I'm going to be using it again. And then what we want to do is give it a really good mix. So we're going to mix that silicone oil with that paint in there now, okay? It will eventually start to separate in time, but for the project it should stay where we need it, okay? So that now is a paint that has a high content of silicone oil, a very high content in relation to the remainder of what's in that bottle. So all that we're doing now that that's poured, that's mixed, sorry, is pour it down one edge.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to go down. Let's actually start from the lighter edge. Rotate that round because we don't want it to go blue on blue. We're going to pour it directly just down one edge like this.
Okay.
Okay, just down one side. Now, we use printable acetate because it's incredibly lightweight and it swipes really easily. I would not suggest using, well, I've not been able to use anything else and get the same effect.
Right.
Sometimes you have a bit of a mishap and you need to have another go. That's fine. I've used a surface which I can always re-gesso or wipe off and do it again. Lay your printable acetate edge to edge with that colour and gently then just allow it to swipe across.
Oh.
And look at the cells.
Oh, wow.
So now you're creating cell intensity. Now what's happening is all of that is diffusing and is creating tons of cells on here because you've gone over the top with that colour, which then means we can do it again by adding a little bit of silicone oil on just the tip of this pipette and start to push in. And look at how this is going to grow over time. It's going to get even bigger and bigger, but we can actually move it. We can slide all of the cells around here, really agitate them, open them up, and look at that.
Wow.
Look at how it's just forming. That's a really dark corner, so I'm going to work towards that corner and get rid of some of that because it's just a little bit too dark. Now look.
That looks incredible. It really just looks like you're looking down a microscope at it, doesn't it?
It's just
amazing.
Oh, it's crazy. I love this effect so much. So let's tilt it this way now. Get some more going off of there. And the cells are growing as we're moving it.
They are.
There we go, all the way around here. Now that, you could do full scale on the big canvas.
Oh yeah,
you could do a big version of it, which is, I did here and chopped it up into smaller sections. So I broke it down into smaller layers. There's loads of different effects. That was using the exact same process I've just showed you there, but on two bigger canvases, and I chopped them up and joined them all together. But look at that, it's still changing. It's still changing. It's doing different things all the time. Now you can use a little bit of air just to push it around. That'll pop any bubbles in the surface of there. But look how it just pushes it, only very gently. Pop any little tiny little air bubbles. There we go, and it's created even more cells just around there. And that, within the next 20 minutes, will continue forming those cells. It won't stop. It will carry on until it's dry.
Wow.
I know, it's amazing. It's fascinating, and that is all inside the bundle. That's all inside that bundle of acrylic paints from Cadence that you're getting. Isn't it fab?
So many different options, so much you can do, so many different techniques. Shop bundle. If you want to go for that collection, getting 6 of the paints, and you're getting that fantastic silicone oil, which is exactly what David's just used to do that amazing technique. You've got to go for that. $39.99. Fantastic saving on that as well. In all those paints, you get that fantastic oil as well. Lots of different colourways, lots of different themes and occasions you can be crafting for. But it's just such a fun technique. Even washing it is fun. So I can't imagine how fun it is actually doing it.
It's amazing. And I think as well, it's the fact that anybody can have a go at this, whether you have or haven't, whether you're within your craft room, you join our shows and you stock up on your paper crafting essentials, whether it's cardstocks, maybe some dies, stamps, that sort of thing, and you're thinking, well, I love the finish, I love papers like this, have a go at it, because honestly, we do this here in our academy. People come in and they will have never even done paintwork before, and they love it. They leave with a project they're proud of because no skill is required. It's just knowing how to use it. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, we can do it onto cardstock as well, can't we?
Cardstock you can do it onto. You can do it onto grey board. Again, there's loads of different surfaces. We did some actually on some rolled out canvas, which was unstretched, and stitched with it, made bags with it. There's loads.
Yeah, absolutely tons you can do. Shop bundle if you want to go for that. That is all your paints and your silicone oil as well. $39.99. Right, so we've got lots of different other surfaces on the show that we will share with you. Less than 10 minutes left.
Where's it? 2 hours?
I know.
Gosh, that's gone fast.
I know.
That's gone really fast.
Yeah, absolutely flown by. But we've got a few surfaces that we want to share with you before the end of the show.
Absolutely.
So I'll move these out of the way. So
do you want me to pass them to me? I don't know where I'm going to put them. I can take them out of the
way.
way.
Leave them with you with your hands.
There's a few bits on my hand, I guess.
That's a bit safe. Thank you.
These are like proper painty hands,
should I say. If he offers you a handshake, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'll get lots of no's today, won't I?
No, thank you. Absolutely not.
I know, right?
Should we start off with the big ones?
Yeah, the big canvases, the huge ones. I mean, any surface that you want to work onto, start with a canvas. Best way to start. As you've just seen there, simple, easy results.
Absolutely. Fantastic surface to get working with. You are pre-gessoed as well, pre-primed, so you are ready to go. And you are getting all 10 that you can see there. Let me pick this up because...
It's like a patio slab.
Plumbing, quite weighty. It's like, can you imagine this? Coming through your door, landing on your doorstep. You've got an awful lot to get playing with there. 10 of those A3 size, put that down because it's rather heavy, A3 size canvas boards there for £24.99, working out less than £2.50 for one of those. So for a canvas board of that size, that quality is absolutely amazing. Shop canvas is going to be your largest ones. Then we move down the sizes to what's probably the most familiar size, I'd say, for most of us, especially for paper crafters, which is our A4.
A4 in size, absolutely. You know, it's one that you can jump to easily. You may have always worked with A4. Maybe that's, you know, scrapbooks, sketchbooks, that's the sort of size you've always preferred. Also as well, they look great in your A4 photo frames on the walls. They're just easy to craft with. They really, really are. But even if you're stocking up on them, not for, you know, paint pouring, but for just general crafting at the same time, this is a great one to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 of those for £10.99. Great familiar size. Perhaps if you're brand new to this sort of technique and your A3 feels a little bit daunting at the moment, this is a great, more of a manageable one to go for, and a great opportunity to stock up. £10.99. Shop panel will get you your A4. And then finally, I think these are my favourite, David, the 12 by 12. There's something about the square sort of shape, which
it's elegant.
It seems quite stylish, quite fun, I'd say.
I'd like 4 of them together on the wall. 4 nice big ones, maybe on the stairs going up, something like that.
That would be lovely.
There's so many in there. I mean, so much surface to cover.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting 10, once again, quite weighty, 10 of your 12 by 12 for £22.99. Amazing price. Shop square on those ones if you want to go for. I mean, there's nothing stopping you. If you're thinking, do you know what, I absolutely love the look of this, I really want to get into this, get all 3 sets, then you're covered in terms of all shapes and sizes. You'll have your square 12 by 12, you'll have your A4 and that big A3 size as well. But if you want to go for the square on its own, it's shop square, £22.99, and they are 12 by 12 in size. So not dizzy little squares, great big squares, which we absolutely love.
Great big squares.
Great big squares.
Great big squares.
Yeah, that one's a great big rectangle. That's a great big square.
Is that a great big rectangle?
Great big rectangle. Normal rectangle.
Great big rectangle, great big square.
So if I was doing these screen descriptions, that's exactly what it would say.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely, I do. 100%. What else should we have a look at? Oh, the bears.
The bears, the bears.
Gonna pass me some bears?
There's a bear for you.
Oh, bear for me.
There's a bear for you.
Oh, bear for me.
Getting all 5. You can have 3 and I'll have 2.
Oh, thank you very much. Look at that. Now, these are your bears. These are your Craftmaster Fluid Art bears. The bundle we've got is irresistible. I mean, we started off the show making one of these. They're so fun. In fact, actually, let me just grab one of these to show you what they can look like. Oh, they're fun.
Wow, how cool is that? Absolutely incredible. It's just a unique piece of artwork and such a fun thing to do as well. Love the fact that, because from just first glance, if you're looking through the screen, you probably think they're quite solid. Yeah. But actually a little bit squidgy.
Oh yeah, they are
lovely.
squidgy.
A little bit squidgy.
So like even with the particular, and we source these particular ones for a reason with the Cadence, is that when you push on them or of course move them, the paint doesn't crack. It's flexible on the surface, and that is so important. You don't want it splitting or of course peeling off. No. These are the ones to go for. You can break them down to decorate them. You can take, you know, the arms and things like that off. I'm not going to do it now.
Thank you.
We did do it earlier and everyone
took the head off. If you missed the start of the show, David took the poor bear's head off, which I wasn't too pleased about.
No, it didn't go down well.
It didn't. You're getting all 5. You can get them as pairs, you can get them individually. Quite frankly, I'd say don't do it. There's no point, because you are getting all 5 for £24.99. It's a £5 each. One of these for a £5. If you're getting it on its own, it's £14.99.
I mean, that just shows you true value to money. That's the deal of the day, especially on this particular show. That price has come right down. Thank you so much, team, for doing that, because it gives everybody the opportunity to do theirs.
Yeah, they've knocked 50 quid off this. Not a £5, which is lovely. We love any save. A penny. I'm happy with a penny save. Any savings are saving. But 50 quid, for goodness sake, 50 quid. So you pay for 1, and then for the other 4, you're paying a tenner. A tenner for 4 bears, £2.50 each.
That just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't even compute, does it?
No,
quite
it doesn't.
Frankly. So if you are thinking of trying it, whether it's going to be your paint pouring, whether it's going to be other techniques, perhaps it's going to be head to toe in gold leaf, that choice is yours.
Oh, an opulent bear.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sophisticated.
You might gold give them
names. Yeah. Give them all names. Name all your bears. You might do a full family of them.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you've got 5 in your family, absolutely perfect. You could all choose, even if the whole family's not creative, they could all choose their own colourway and you could make them up for them.
Yeah, oh, how nice would it be to have everyone round of an evening and they'll make their own?
That'd be fun, especially paint pouring, with it being such an easy technique. That'd be such a fun evening to do. And then you've all got a keepsake, something you can have up as home decor or be gifting. To keep, which would be fabulous.
I think so, absolutely. Right, I'm going to pop some of these over there.
You're getting a lot, aren't you? Let's be honest, 5. So if you want to go for 5, it's shop 5, believe it or not, £24.99 for all 5, working out £5 a bear, which is amazing value.
Right, okay. So surfaces we were having a look at earlier. I mean, the chopping boards are a great surface to go onto. This one here I did only last week, and they're so easy to craft with, but they look great. They do have the threaded hole at the top there, so you can hang them on the wall.
Fabulous, we love that.
Have a sentiment on here. It could be something for, you know, maybe someone moving into a new home. It could be just a wonderful gift, or maybe for you at home, you just want to have something that's just going to look a little bit special.
Oh yeah, certainly does. I love the metallic in there. It just makes it look
Adding the metallic paints into here, you can definitely do that.
Amazing.
Just adds a different look and feel.
So for that shape, that is shop board for that one. Then we've got two different other shapes if you want to go for those. If you like your, as I like to think of it, as a table tennis table racket, otherwise known as your shop round, at $9.99 for that one. And don't forget as well, with all three, they're lovely high quality wood, proper wood, not MDF, not any sort of funny fillery type thing. It's proper wood. Yeah. And they're going to take that paint beautifully. And then finally, love this one with a little bit of your detailing there, that recess, absolutely gorgeous. Shop rectangle. $9.99 for that one, and they've all got their little hole at the top there, so you want to thread them with ribbon or whatever it might be. Of course you can do that, which we love. Absolutely.
We didn't actually have a little look at these are great. In fact, I think I may have got, bear with me, I might have got some of that painted. Okay,
so this is your fantastic set of coasters. So shop coaster for these, you are getting six plus the little holder, which I think is a lovely little touch. Make sure that they're all kept safely and nice together. Look at those.
How cute are these?
Oh, wow.
These are just, honestly, they were so quick and easy to make, and I just did the pouring over the top of the wooden coasters. They look wonderful. You could have 6 gifts, or you could turn them into baubles.
Oh yeah, of course.
You could have a little plaque on there, turn them into baubles, but they all look great stacked up, all in the little coaster holder. And then having these out on your table, when guests come around, I think they look wonderful.
It looks like the sea hitting the seashore.
Yeah, it does. I use like a gold with the aqua stone, and then I use the blue and the white from the kit.
Yeah, love that. Absolutely fabulous. So you could have them all matching, but the beauty is, with your paint pouring, every single one's going to be slightly unique. So something a little bit different. Shop coaster, $9.99. $9.99 for all 6 of those. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. Where's that gone?
2 hours. If you would have told me that was half an hour, I would probably have believed
Yeah, me too.
Not 2 hours. My God, I've learned so much, David. I've absolutely loved this show. It's been incredible. Hope you guys at home have enjoyed it as much as I have. Make sure you check out those baskets. Don't forget, it's not yours until you hit checkout. It's no good, quite frankly. I'll start wagging my finger again at this rate. No good having it start in your basket. Make sure you check out. And we'll see you again very soon. Amanda is up next. See you soon. Bye.